We are live. Oh, let's get it. I don't know if we're live yet, guys, but if y'all can hear me, if we are live, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. What's going on, fellas? Let me know if y'all can hear me and see me good. I'm gonna do an early live stream today, guys. All right. So we're a little bit early. Give some people some time to get in, and I'm gonna get a few things together. Got a real good message today for you fellas, so make sure you guys are taking notes and paying attention. All right. What's good? DQQ. What's happening, G? I got a question. I'm 24 years old, 200K saved. How can I invest that? I want to get out the rat race. Much love, gang. Man, there are many vehicles you can get into right now, brother. Some of them are expiring, meaning the opportunity window is short. But a lot of these opportunities are very rewarding. You got the cliche, man. You got crypto. Now, crypto is something that you definitely want to be or get gamed up about before you just start dumping money into it. You got stocks, you got real estate. You can invest in certain industries, man. There you go. I was just gonna say that something like medical equipment. Okay, if you're into health, look into health. Okay, you wanna put your money where you know. All right, there's many ways. There's gonna be so many people is gonna give you different advice about where to put your money. You need to put your money where you're familiar, where you understand. So, like if you invest in stocks, you want to invest in something that you understand, not something that's popular. Usually, things that are popular don't have a lot of opportunity. So, something that you understand, something that you can map out and you can see the future of it. Real estate is always a go. Always. Real estate is always a go. Real estate has its ups and downs, its fluctuations, like everything else. Everything. But if you got 200K saved up, man, bro, if you're not, I mean, do you have a business? You know, I would start a business. I would put some of that money into starting a high volume business. I would get into something online or something in sales, and I would definitely put that money to work. You know, I wouldn't even try to have this mindset of, okay, I got this money and I'm gonna put it somewhere, and it's just supposed to grow. You may have to use that money as a tool to work to make more money. You know, to scale up. So you got a lot of options with that, man. If you want to sit down and talk about it, book a call. All right. So it is 1 o'clock. The live has started. Shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. Let's see what we got today, man. What we got today? We got a few members in the chat. Shout out to M. Anthony. What's good, G? What's good, G? So today, guys, I am gonna be helping you guys map out the rest of your life. All right. So it's beginning of May. We're January, February, March, April. 4 months into it. We're on the fifth month of the year, and we have a lot of time left, guys. A lot of time left to get a lot done. So wherever you are, even up until now, not just this year, but the first part of your life, wherever you are, wherever you've been, whatever you've done up until now, it's kind of irrelevant, to be honest. The past doesn't matter. The past is gone. So the point of this live stream is going to help you map out the rest of your life. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. I'm going to give you some cheat codes. I'm going to give you some strategies. I'm going to give you some hacks to life that the majority of men, a large contingent amount of men, are unaware of and they know nothing about. And that's the reason why a lot of men end up in the same place. All right. So there's a difference between, you having a normal life and you having an exceptional life. There are going to be certain sacrifices you need to make. There are going to be certain habits you need to break or build and develop. And there's going to be tendencies. There's going to be just day-to-day things that you do that are going to have to change and transform in order to become who you want to be. Now, like I said, whoever you are up until now, you have gotten that far based on what you've done and what you know. Okay, so when I say life is like a video game, I mean that literally. It's literally like a video game. Just like a video game, life has cheat codes, life has levels, life has challenges, life has a reward system, life has trophies, life has bonuses, life has problems, life has instructions, just like a video game. And I said this on one of my recent videos. I said that just like a video game, only 10% of people actually finish a game. I looked up stats, and like I said, that number 10% is very generous. That number 10% is really like 6%. And literally only 10% of people finish video games. Now, there's a few reasons why. And it's not only because people are lazy and people are uncommitted and people get distracted and people they get bored with the game, or they get beat enough and they just quit. I don't play video games a lot, but if I do, it would be Call of Duty. And I done got up to the point where I only like to play on ranked play on Call of Duty. And when I'm losing enough consistently, I want to give up. I want to finish the game. I want to put it down and go do something else or just go get back to work. So a lot of people quit games for different reasons. But one of the reasons why people quit games is because some games are rigged. You got to think about it. If you were a video game creator, would you create a game, any video game, for the person to play to easily win? No, not really. You wouldn't. Somebody said the volume is low. You guys put a 1 in the chat if the volume is good. Put a 2 in the chat if the volume is low. 1 if it's good, 2 if it's low. All right. Guy that said the volume is low, you need to turn your phone up or turn your device up. Okay. Okay. I guess it's low. All right. I got about 70% of people saying it's good. So anyway, if you were to create a game and you wanted people to keep buying this game and you wanted people to stay engaged with this game and you want people to actually enjoy this game and write good reviews for this game, you wouldn't make that game easy for people to complete. You know what I mean? If you want people to actually refer this game to other people, if you want people to actually buy the next game when you create the sequel, you wouldn't make that game easy at all. So you have to understand, just like a video game, like I said, the reason why people quit is because video games are hard. If you play a video game on a difficulty level of veteran or very hard or high level or master or whatever game you play, it's gonna be hard because that's you playing the game at your max capacity. That's you doing everything that you can do to win the game. So it's gonna be hard. And that's just like life. If you want to be great in life, you're going to have to play at a difficulty level that most men don't play on. You're going to have to play on a level that you're not going to be comfortable at. Therefore, it's going to be hard. So, at that point, 1, it's hard. 2, you got to understand that most games are rigged. All right, and that's just like life. Most games, if you go to an arcade, you'll realize that nobody or people rarely win those games. You know those fucking games where you gotta like put the coin in and then they drop the damn claw on the stuffed animal. Most people don't win those games, and the reason why is because those games are rigged. They're not meant for you to win. They're just meant for you to play. All right, G? That's something you guys need to write down. These games are not meant for you to win. They're meant for you to play. They're meant for you to keep inserting coins and tokens so you keep playing. This is very similar to life. Very similar to life. The people who make the rules of life, every single rule you see in the world, every law, every rule, every restriction, every boundary, every leeway, everything was created by somebody else. The people who make the rules, the people who make the laws in life, the people who set the trends, they don't make these rules for the benefit of you. They don't make these rules of the benefit for the people. They make the rules for the benefit for them. So the game is rigged against you. Okay, we can go into politics, whatever the fuck you want to talk about. But the game is rigged against you. So you have to understand that. So if you feel like as a man you're at a disadvantage, or if you feel like you're behind in life, or if you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, or if you feel like you're not gaining the attention, the recognition, the props, the validation, if you feel like you're not there yet, and you're not getting what you want out of life, and you're not getting the results and outcomes that you feel you deserve, that's actually how it's supposed to be. It's not fortunate. It's not the results you want. That's not where you should want to be. That's not where I want you to be. But that's where you're supposed to be. Because as a man, your foundation is very, very rough. That's how it's supposed to be as a man. Life is like a video game as a man. When you start any video game, even if you play on veteran, you start as a novice, as a beginner, baseline, you know nothing. Think about GTA. At the end of GTA, yes, you have all your accomplishments. You got the nice cars, the guns, the girls, the money. All right, you got the status, the houses, the mansions, everything. But when you first start GTA, who are you? You're this dude with a wife beater on and some jailhouse pants. And you got to work your way. You don't even have a gun yet. You barely have a shank if they give you one. Okay, G? So that's just like life as a man. So if you understand that, as a video game, you got to understand that as life. Same rules apply. You start as a novice. You start as a beginner. You have no importance. No one knows you. No one cares about you. So when you say as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 21-year-old man, I'm not important, I'm not attractive, I'm behind in life, I feel like I'm losing in life, I feel like I'm behind, you have the wrong mindset. At 18, at 20, at 21, at 22, you're supposed to be behind. Now, there are guys, all right, G, if any of you guys play video games, there are some guys that before they even buy the damn video game, they go get the cheat codes. Or they're given the cheat codes by somebody else who beat the game before them. So some people get lucky, and I'm going to talk about how you get lucky in different ways today. All right, G, you're going to get straight to business. All right, no playing around today. All right, G, because I got a lot of shit to do. But some men get lucky. So when you see a 21-year-old kid, this is for you older guys too. When you see a 21-year-old kid or you see a 19-year-old kid driving around in your favorite car or your dream car, and you wondering how he gets so lucky, or you see a guy your same age and you're working hard every day, you're trying to get to where you want to be, and you see a guy your same age at a higher level. All right, you driving in your Toyota Camry, you stop at a red light, you look over, you see a dude your same age, probably younger than you, with a bad chick next to him in a Lambo or McLaren or something like that, or the car you want. All right, you got to understand that guy, he got a cheat code. And that's just like a video game. You can't be mad when you play somebody live on Call of Duty and they kicking your ass. They either have more experience than you or they got a cheat code. All right, fellas. So you got to understand, you start as a novice in life. So wherever you are right now, that's the foundation. And the beautiful thing about life as a man, you can work your way up. You have that opportunity. There's very few things a woman can do. Like, let's say a woman was ugly. All right, G. Let's say a woman was ugly. She was very unattractive. And she was fat. Okay, she lost weight, but she's still not pretty. There's very few things she can do to raise her value as a woman. I mean, she can go get a prestigious job, go make a lot of money, but other women are not gonna, or other men, should I say, are not gonna look at her any different. They're just gonna be like, oh, she got money, but I still wouldn't date her. I'll probably be her friend or something. She'll be a good business partner, but I wouldn't date her. So it doesn't really raise her value as a woman. It's not things that make a woman a woman. One of the big facets of a woman is beauty. So when women don't have beauty, it's a lot of stuff they got to do to make up for it. As a man, guys, if you start off at a rough beginning, you start off with no money. And I'm giving you an example from places that I started off as. If you start off with no money, okay, Jim, I'm gonna use that for an example. You start off with no money. I grew up poor. I didn't see over $30,000 a year until I hit the age of 28. And that's because between the age of 27 and 20 or 21 and 28, I didn't have most of the lessons that I had now. I don't have the cheat codes. I didn't have the manual, which I'm going to talk to you guys about in a second. But from 21 to 28, dude, I was lost just trying to figure it out. Why? Because I started from rough beginnings, like most people, and I didn't have the guidance. I had some OGs who taught me about human nature, but they didn't teach me how to get money and how to get rich and how to be successful and how to keep your money, and financial literacy and so on and so forth. I had to learn that on my own. So everybody starts off at a rough beginning. So I started off no money, no guidance. But at some point in the video game, when you're losing, just like I was, G, from 21 to 28, I was losing. I was figuring it out, learning things here and there, but I was still losing. If you get to a point where you're consistently losing, at some point, you're going to have to reach out and find out the tools. Get the tools necessary. Get the guidance necessary. Counseling, coaching, whatever it is. At some point at 28, because when you're young, a lot of young guys have this level of arrogance to where you think you know it all. So, and that's where I was from 21 to 28. I thought I knew it all. So I was trying to do everything on my own. Had a personal training business that I wanted to do on my own. I didn't want any help. All right, G. It wasn't until I woke up at 28 and I started to reach out to people for help. And this is where I got my manual. All right. And in every single, my manual of life, my life manual, the rule book that I need to help guide myself through life or guide me through life to get what I want, the results that I want. Just like a video game. Now, new video games nowadays, you can buy a video game online. Like on a PS5, you buy it online. But it still comes with a manual. It still comes with instructions. They don't make the paper manuals anymore. Y'all know the little books that used to come in the game case. They don't make those anymore. But if you go inside your game online, you'll find a manual. You'll find instructions. You'll find terms and agreements. You'll find a contract and all that shit. Every time you buy a game online, there's a terms and agreements box you check. And it tells you shit that you need to know if anything were to happen legally, you know what I'm saying, liability wise, all right, G? And then also you got a manual of how to actually play the game. But what most men do, they bypass the terms and agreements, they click yes, click yes, all right, bye. Look at the manual, okay, all right, bye. They even get hit with a tutorial, G, in most games, all right? They get hit with a tutorial. All right, bye. I don't need tutorial. They rush through the tutorial. Okay, I know how to punch. I know how to kick. I know how to shoot. I know how to move angles. All right, I'm done. Let's play. And that's what most young guys do in life. Because at the beginning, bro, you got to be honest. You get people that offer you advice. You get all these YouTube videos. You get all this coaching, all these courses you can do. But you bypass it. Just like a video game. You bypass the terms and agreements, bypass the tutorial, bypass the manual, and you just want to jump in the game and play and wonder why you get your ass smoked. It doesn't work like that. Now, in the game, you can get lucky and keep playing and die and respawn and try again, then die and respawn and try again, then die and respawn and try again. And after 156,000 times, you don't learn how to play and now you good. But life don't work like that. You can't die and respawn in life, G. All right, you try to fuck around. I'm telling you this, guys, for you young guys. Some of you older guys understand. That's why y'all watch me, because you're trying to make up for time. But you young guys, You try to navigate your ass through life by not reading these manuals, not reading these instructions, not checking out these terms and agreements before you check that box, because a lot of decisions you make, if you just read the fucking terms and agreements, you wouldn't even play that damn game. You wouldn't even get into a lot of the shit you get into if you just stop and read the fucking terms and agreements. I guarantee, fuck the manual, fuck how to play it. Just read what you're getting yourself into. Read what's happened to many other great men who have fell into those same damn traps you're about to get yourself into. All right, G, before you check the terms and agreements. All right, now I understand when you buy like a TV, you know what I mean? They got terms and agreements come in a box. All right, G, you know how to use a TV. You know not to stand too close to it. You know not to knock it over. It ain't that hard. All right, but for stuff that it's a journey, if there's a journey behind it, if there's less no journey with a TV, you plug that bitch in and you watch it. But a video game, but life, there's a journey, there's levels, there's unexpected things that are gonna happen. The only thing that can happen to that damn TV is you trip over and fall and knock it over and break it. Or it just die, or electricity go out and it break. It's the only thing that can happen. That's a user error. But there are unexpected things that you know nothing about in life that with your own knowledge you won't be able to handle. So at some point, you got to understand where you've gotten is only from your knowledge and what you know. So at some point, you got to reach out and you got to get a manual. All right, G. So one thing I want you guys to understand is you're not supposed to know what the fuck you want at 18. You're not supposed to know what you want at 20. Gee, what I'm doing right now in my life, I had no sense, no idea, no thought in my head that I'd be doing this at 20 or at 21. Gee, at 20 and 21, I remember I went to go apply to be a police officer at 21. All right, I got out the military and I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. It was about 22 and 22, 23. And I didn't know what the fuck I want to do in my life. I didn't know if I wanted to pursue the career that I joined in the military, or I didn't know if I wanted to go do something else. I didn't know if I wanted to do the bullshit I was doing when I dropped out of college with that degree I fucked up on, or just stopped doing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I had no idea that I'd be doing what I'm doing right now. But at some point, like I said, years later, I had to get a manual. And I had to get instructions to the game. So the first thing you got to understand about the novice level, and some of you guys are at the novice level, and that's okay, G. That's okay. That's what I want you guys to understand. All right? That's okay. When you play a video game and you start the game and you get that little tag on your character and it say beginner, all right? Or you get the little novice tag. You don't get pissed off. You don't get mad. You don't start looking around and saying you're behind in the game. You're supposed to be there. You're supposed to be behind. You're supposed to be a novice. You're supposed to be new. You're supposed to be tripping over and falling on everything you do. You're supposed to be making mistakes. You're supposed to be fucking up. You're supposed to be asking for help. You're supposed to be looking dumb. You're supposed to be embarrassing yourself. And that's the problem with a lot of guys today. You guys are too fucking cool for your own good. You're too cool. You're too casual. And you don't want to look bad. You don't want to be embarrassed. You want to look like a pro. You don't want to look like a rookie. You want to look like you got it all together and you know everything about what you're doing. And that right there is what's going to kill a lot of men. And it's not even about wanting validation. It's about being scared to look bad. All right, G? I know you're supposed to look attractive and you're supposed to look confident and you're supposed to look sure of yourself and be assertive and be dominant and masculine and blah, blah, blah. But you are a human being. And at every level in life, everything in life, there's a beginner level. So you got to understand you're going to look dumb. G, go to my first YouTube video. All right. I know it's only a year ago, but I was sitting in the car. Fucking camera, the steering wheel was covering half the damn camera view, G. So you can barely see me between the top of the camera and the steering wheel. All right, fellas. Y'all talk about the fucking volume low right now. The volume was low as shit. You can barely hear me. I was stuttering. I didn't know what the fuck I really wanted to talk about, G. I just started the goddamn camera. When I posted that video, I got about like 1,000 views after the first day. Half the comments, people was talking shit like, who the fuck is this dude? All right, fellas, did I get upset? Did that offend me? I'm like, no, hell no. Nobody knows who the fuck I am. I'm just some random dude coming on YouTube talking shit, telling guys they need to be attractive. All right, fellas. So some guys looking at me like, bro, who the fuck are you? We don't know you. All right. Some guys like, oh man, good job, keep going. But you only expecting that admiration and that praise when you start, and this is a poison. A lot of guys only want admiration when they start. You expect when you start anything in life, people just supposed to be clapping for you and motivating you. Doesn't work like that. You only get applause when you don't need it. All right, G, that's a rule of life. It's a rule of business. That's a rule of anything. The moment you do not, the moment you no longer need people to clap for you, and the moment you no longer care about the validation of others, and the moment you no longer are always looking up at the clock or looking up at the scoreboard or looking in the crowd trying to figure out who looking at you or how much time left or who's ahead, the moment you stop doing that, that's when everything changes. The moment you stop looking at the clock, that's the moment you start catching up. The moment you stop looking at the scoreboard, that's the moment you start focusing on what you got to do. You can't concentrate on two things at once. You can't focus on trying to be perfect and trying to be not, or trying to be normal or trying to be great or trying to look like you not have mistakes and focus on doing what you got to do. You can't do both. That's why if you play sports, you always hear your coach tell you stop scoreboard watching. All right, and I used to be like that when I played ball. I ain't gonna lie. I used to scoreboard watch. I used to be lining up in front of my receiver, looking up at the clock and looking up at the scoreboard. Now I still knew how to multitask, but most men can't. Most men cannot multitask like that. So if you're looking in the crowd, trying to figure out who's looking at you and who's clapping for you, and seeing if your mom got your fucking sign or your girl done made it to the game, if you're looking at that shit, you can't focus on the game. Pay attention. All right, G. Pay attention. I remember my senior year in high school, we was in our first playoff game, well, the only playoff game that we had, and we played Eisenhower. And I don't know if y'all know who Craig Lawson is. He's a DB, I think he's still in the league right now. He went to LSU, but we played him in Eisenhower my senior year. And my homeboy, he was the other safety. He was a strong safety. Whole game, G. Whole game. Whole entire game. He asking me after every two plays, do I see his chick in the stands? I'm like, G, why the fuck you care? We playing the number one goddamn DB in the nation right now, G. What you doing? Play the damn game. Never, G, it's second quarter already, G. If she ain't in the stands already, never mind that. All right, go check at halftime. But right now, you need to focus. All right, G, you need to focus. So, yes, you will start off as a rookie. All right, you will start off as a rookie. And you can't rush the process. Okay, you can't rush the Eisenhower. We played Eisenhower twice. We played Eisenhower twice. My junior year and my sophomore year in the playoffs. And they kicked us out the playoff both years. Cause Craig lost him, man. That dude was a monster, bro. That dude was a monster. He was crazy. He played receiver and safety. And he played kick return. And he played punt return. And he played kickoff. They just had him running around the field. He was just knocking people's heads off, man. All right. So, anyway, I want to talk about something real quick before I jump. And because I'm going to give you guys some cheat codes and some quick ingredients right now to get what you want out of life. All right. Let's talk about how to get lucky. All right, G. I want to talk to you guys in the chat real quick. We're gonna talk about how to get lucky, cause there are a lot of people you see that you would think that they get lucky or they got lucky, and whatever they've accomplished and they have in life, it's luck. And a lot of men think that uh, certain people are just blessed and certain people are chosen. And this is something that I want to discuss. I do believe, I will be honest, I do believe that God has favorites. And when I say that God has favorites, when I say that, I mean that, and I'm only using this as confirmation bias, from like stories in the Bible, stuff like that. But I believe that every single person, and this is why I believe that God has favorites. I don't believe that people are born being a chosen person or you're born being God's favorite. I think that's a narcissistic way to view life because that's you basically saying that you're the center of the universe and you're special when really you're not. You're not that special. Okay? You're not. Nobody is. But the people who seem to be that special and the people who seem to have this glow and this halo effect and they get lucky, 9 times out of 10, if you review these people's life, either there's two things about these people. Either one, they're stupid enough and delusional enough to not let shit get in their way and not overanalyze and not overthink things and not think about the worst case scenario. And they don't doubt themselves and they just go forward, so they just get lucky. There are people like that. It's a small contingent amount of people. I mentioned football. I had a friend like that. He played corner and he just used to run through tackles. All right. I got a chat full of men. Some of you guys play ball. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He didn't hesitate. He never hesitated on anything. Because like when you play defense, some of you guys play DB, or for any of you guys who keep saying the sound is too low, turn your phone up to max volume. There's nothing I can do right now to change the sound. I talk very loud and my voice projects. If the sound is low, I'll try to speak a little bit louder. But we'll do a quick sound check. Put a 1 in the chat if the sound is good, if it's good enough. All right, some of you guys want everything. I can't make it perfect. If the sound is good enough to hear me, all right, make it work, G. Please make it work. All right, make it work. All right, if it's bad to the point to where you can't hear me at all, give me a 2 and I'll fix it. All right. God damn it. Girls, man. All right. I'm fucking with you. All right, so my friend Chris, he played corner. And the only reason why they didn't put him at safety is because he was too aggressive. At safety, if you way in the backfield, you're the last line of defense. So if they play action and you jump, that's the end. So they put him at corner so he has some backup, all right? So he's lined up at corner and he does not hesitate. Some guys, when they get up to a tackle, they'll kind of hesitate a little bit, probably because the guy might juke him. He don't hesitate. He run through tackles. There are people like that. They just run through life. They're delusional. Some people just dumb like that. That's why I said how smart you are can be a gift and a curse. Because you'll realize a lot of smart men. I'm giving you a cheat code, fellas. Being smart, being too smart can kill you. Because what it can do, it can make you paralyze yourself when you need to make decisions. I have to tame my intelligence, because if I look at things from an analytical perspective, I'm going to end up fucking going brain dead trying to figure out, because I got all these different possible solutions in my head and I can't narrow it down to one. Some things in life, you just have to go. And that's how some people are. And that's how they get lucky. Okay? Now, this is the thing about some people. There are some people, and the reason why they get lucky, yes, they keep going and they do what they need to do and they work hard and they're consistent and persistent. But one of the qualities about most people who get lucky is they just simply, do what the fuck they're supposed to do. And you're probably thinking, like, how can it be that easy? I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm speaking it from your perspective, right? I'm imitating you. I do what I'm supposed to do. How does it work for me? How come I can't get lucky? These guys get lucky. They do what they're supposed to do. I don't get lucky, but I do what I'm supposed to do. What's the difference? The thing is, these people who do what they're supposed to do and they get lucky, they're usually consistent. So this is very simple. This is very baseline, G. All right, this is things you hear every single day on every single motivational, inspirational, self-development, self-improvement channel you hear or you see. Stay consistent. But this is the thing about staying consistent. God made people, all right? And when he made people, he gave us gifts. And this is why I said God has favorites. And this is how God picks his favorites. And for all you guys who don't believe in God, gee, keep it to yourself. I don't care. Maybe you believe in the universe, whatever your depiction is of your higher power who gives you blessings based on the stuff you do. God, the universe, whoever you call it, all right? Shout out to JT Ratton, all right? 20 bucks super chat. Shout out my guy, all right? If you had a question with that, I would have tended to it, but I appreciate the love. All right? I appreciate the love. He made 5 men. Oh, let's break it down. Let's make it simpler. God made, he said, I'm muted. Sound is off. Somebody said the sound is off. Is the sound off or the sound back? Give me a one if the sound is back. All right. All right. So let's say God made 3 men. All right. Let's say God made 3 men. God made, let's give him some names. God made Chad. God made Tyrone. And God made Billy. All right. 3 men. Chad, Tyrone, and Billy. All right, guys. Chad, Tyrone, and Billy. Now, what God did is God gave Billy, or let's start with Chad. God gave Chad the gift of looks and social skills. All right, G? So what God did is when he made Chad, he said, Chad, look, Chad, I'm going to make you a Chad. All right? And this is where the name Chad came from Chad. God made this dude named Chad. And y'all just imagine what Chad looked like, all right? Chad got chiseled jaw, you know, he jacked. Chad got a tattoo sleeve, all right? Chad got a fresh edge up too, all right? Now, God made Chad. God made Chad very beautiful, and he made him with social skills. So not only does Chad look good, but Chad has the ability to articulate himself and talk to people, especially women. All right? That's the gift God gave to Chad. And God told Chad, he said, Chad, if you take care of these looks that I gave you, if you keep working on your skills, your vocal skills, how to speak, how to articulate yourself, keep reading, keep learning. I gave you the gift. I gave it to you from birth, but I need you to keep honing it, keep perfecting it. I gave it to you for a reason because there are things I want you to do with it. There's things you're going to do with it, all right? But there's things I want you to do with it too, and you're going to do the things I want you to do with it just by osmosis, just by you living life. It's just how it works. That's why I made you. I know what I'm doing, all right? So he gave Chad looks and intellect. Not intellect, but looks and he can talk, all right? Now, Tyrone. He made Tyrone. Tyrone is 6'4", 265 pounds. All right. He gave Tyrone strength. All right. He gave Tyrone strength. And I appreciate you, my G, in the chat. It's one word he gave Chad. Chad has charisma. All right. So think of C. C for Chad, C for charisma. CH, Chad, charisma. All right. He made Tyrone. He made Tyrone very strong. All right. And very brave. And Tyrone can fight too. Tyrone will put you on your ass. All right. So Tyrone is strong, brave, and he can fight. When people see Tyrone, they just get scared. They feel safe, but they won't fuck with him. All right. That's Tyrone. Tyrone's a G. Chad's a G. Tyrone's a G. And what he told Chad was kind of like, I mean, what he told Tyrone was kind of like what he told Samson in the Bible. He said, look, I'm going to make you strong. You lead all this shit. Just don't fuck up. Don't be chasing women. Stay in the gym. Stay in the gym. Learn the art of war. Learn laws of power. Learn how to be a king and a leader. That's why I made you to look like that. That's why I made you tall and big. Some of you guys in the chat, tall and big for nothing. Ain't doing shit with it. All right? If you over 6 feet tall, you need to be in the goddamn gym every day. Every day, twice a day if need, until you start to look like the Incredible Hulk. Because some of you guys be wasting your damn height. When I go in a grocery store, I'm 5'11", all right? And I use all my damn 5'11". But when I go in a grocery store and I see a guy who's 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", and you ain't jack, I'm like, gee, what's the problem? What you doing? All right? And you really pissing me off. All right, because you got the cheat code right there. You tall, G. So me and you standing next to each other. Women look at both of us. They looking at you first. Don't matter how I look. All right, and you messing up the game. All right, you're not taking advantage. You're not using your gifts. All right, now he made Tyrone tall and big. Now Billy, this is what he did for Billy. He made Billy smart. Billy is very analytical. Billy's not a beta, for all you guys who are wondering. He just made Billy smart. Okay, very smart, very intellectual. He can read, write, all this shit. Very good with numbers. Okay, he has the ability to be, he got like photographic memory. He can look at a damn chart and memorize it and develop projections of like the next 3 years. Because that ain't like superhuman, but that's how smart he is. All right, G. So God gave these 3 men these gifts. And he put these 3 men on the planet as babies. And by the time these men get to 21 years old, God starts to have expectations on these men. Because God didn't put these men in the world just to say, okay, you look good, you're strong and a leader, you're very smart. All right, go out and do your thing, and I'm just going to bless you just because I made you. It doesn't work like that. This is how you get lucky. I'm about to give you a cheat code. Remember I talked about cheat codes. Just like any game of life, or just like any game, every game has cheat codes. All right. If you go look up if you find it, if you look hard enough, you can go look on the dark web and you'll find cheat codes to every damn game. This is a cheat code. This is how you get lucky. You have something. This is very basic for you to understand. You have something. You have a gift. There's something you have. All right. Somebody said in the chat earlier, let me go back to it. I'm gonna repeat this verbatim. God is not a respecter of personas. He's not. He's not a respecter of certain people. He doesn't care. It doesn't work like that. All right. It does not work like that. The reason why there are certain people you see, like in the Bible, for instance, that were depicted as great, these people had qualities and they used them. Yes, they went through tests, but they used those qualities. All right. Moses was blessed with certain like things he can do with the staff and all that stuff. He had to use it though. He went through test. God didn't say, okay, here go your staff. Just go start blasting people. Go start turning water all different type of colors. Just go do you. And I'm going to just give you what you want. No, God gave him the gift. And he said, all right, you got the gift. You know how to use it. Now let me give you some tests. And let's see what you do. And I'm going to look down, see if you do it, see if you pass the test. If you pass the test, I'll drop some blessings on you. If you don't pass the test, not say I won't drop blessings on you, but I still might help you out. Why? Because you fucking tried. All right, G, you fucking, this is the secret. This is the cheat code. You have a gift. And even if you don't have a gift, you have competence. You have a brain. You have hands. You have feet. You have legs. You have a heart beating. All right, G? So if you don't get up in the morning and try your best, you cannot expect to be blessed or gifted with anything, any opportunities, any women, any money, anything, any resources, any power, any freedom. All right. You will end up an NPC in the game. If you don't know what an NPC is, if you play GTA and you get out your car and you start walking down the street, you know those random people that walk by you in the game that you can just hit and then they fall and then they get back up and just start walking normal again. and then you hit them again and they fall and then they get back up and just start walking normal again. That's an NPC, a non-player character, a character who's in the game, but they don't really exist. They exist, but they have no significance to the game. So if you're living your life and you have no true significance to your life, you are an NPC, a non-player character. You are irrelevant. You don't change, dictate, or control anything in your life. All right? So, cheat code to the game of life. Try your fucking hardest. So when you work out, let's say you go to the gym, start with fitness, and you don't know what the fuck you doing, and you go to the gym, you don't know what you're doing. I guarantee you, if you just go in the gym and grab the bench press and just start hitting the weights, grab the bar and just start hitting the weights, do as many as you can, and then go put some more weight on, rest a little bit, drink some water, and do as many as you can. Drink some water, rest a little bit, put some more on, do as many as you can. Drink some water, walk around a little bit, take a breath, put some more on, do as many as you can. That is a dumbass way to work out. It ain't really any structure in that, and you don't know what you're doing. But you're trying, you're sweating, you're bleeding, you're farting, and you're doing everything you can to get bigger. Versus the guy who goes to the gym and Texas and doesn't try his best. All right? Or the guy who just doesn't go at all. Or the guy who makes excuses. Or the guy who's lazy. You would be better off going to the gym, because I guarantee you, if you go in the gym and do a 400 fucking reps of bench press, your chest will get bigger. All right, it's how it works. All right, it's how it works, and that's how life works. If you don't know what to do to make money, let's say you're broke. Some of you guys watching or in this chat right now are broke. You're broke. Be honest with yourself. All right, I know the stats. 8 out of 10 people don't have at least $1,000 in their bank account. That's how it works. So most of you guys watching this are broke. It's not offensive, not trying to offend anybody and make anybody mad. This is self-development. Most of you are broke. So if you are broke and you are waking up every day and not working hard as fuck to get above water, don't expect to get lucky. Because if you're putting more effort in waiting on a lucky day than actually working and doing whatever you can to make that lucky day happen, it's not gonna happen. It's impossible. And if you haven't heard this before, this is a wake-up call. I'm about to give you a shift today. All right, so when you wake up, you go to the gym. I don't know what to do. Okay, they told me to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. What the fuck do I do at 5 a.m.? I'm up now. They told me to wake up early. What do I do? All right, now I go hit the gym. Now I'm at the gym. What the fuck do I do in the gym? I don't have a workout plan. Figure it the fuck out. Go to Google. Type in morning workout plan. The first one you see, do that one. Do something. That way, when God does his assessments, I don't know how often he does them. I don't know if it's every day. God time is different. So it's probably like every second he do a reassessment on his humans. All right, G, maybe it's every month, maybe it's every year, maybe it's every week, I don't know. But when he do his reassessment and he grab his pen and pad and he start looking down and he taking notes and he looking at Chad, Tyrone, and Billy, he gonna look at Chad and be like, all right, Chad, you've been going to public speaking events. You started a channel. All right, now you're helping men, you're coaching, you're working on yourself, you're being healthy, take care of yourself. Okay, Chad, I'm going to give you some blessings. I'm going to give you a few females. Here you go, Chad. There you go. Give you some bitches real quick. All right, let's look at Tyrone. All right, Tyrone, what you got? All right, Tyrone, you working on your body. Are you staying in the gym? Tyrone, you helping other men get, all right, let's go. You helping other men get jacked. You're leading men. You're taking care of yourself. What else you doing? You started a self-development group? Okay. I got you, Tyrone. I'm going to bless you too, Tyrone. Now you're looking at Billy. Go to Billy. What you doing? What you doing over there, Billy? Billy don't know what the fuck he doing. Billy just lost. All right? But Billy just been reading books all fucking day. Sitting his ass in the corner reading books. All right, guys? God gonna bless Billy because Billy don't know what the fuck he doing. Billy ain't got no resources. Billy broke, Billy poor. But Billy got a stack of books. All right, and Billy just gaming himself up, getting ready. And then one day, Billy go to the fucking library and he run across some millionaire that got a business and he looking for young guys to work for him. He ended up having a conversation with Billy, realized how smart Billy is. Now he gave Billy a top position in his company. Now Billy making 6 figures because he fucking went to the library where he's supposed to be. All right, G? You get what I'm saying? So if you want, if you want to get lucky, this is what people don't tell you. They don't tell you this. They don't tell you that if you just, and I'm not saying just working like a chicken with your head cut off. There's a difference. There's a balance between working smart and working hard. While you're working hard, you need to be stopping and reassessing and figuring out what the hell you're doing and looking at analytics and reports and making sure you're not flying off the deep end. But you still need to be going hard every day. Hard work beats talent every single day. All right, G, every single day. Hard work beats talent, especially when talent thinks that all you need is talent. So, that's that. Now, let's talk about something real. Talk about answer question. How important is a decent Instagram page for overall status on Instagram? My area, society. That's a good question. I'll make it quick though. Your Instagram page is your business card today. To be honest, you'll realize when you meet women, when you meet people, when you meet anybody, the first thing they ask you is what's your Instagram. So there's two sides to this. I always tell you guys to stay the fuck off of social media, right? This is not to say that you shouldn't have an Instagram page. All right, guys. You need a contact source. You need a place, and it will behoove you not to have one. Have an Instagram page. You need to have one. Have one, build one, connect, use it, but don't abuse it. It's like anything. Anything. You use it, but you don't abuse it. So I use social media. I would be a hypocrite to tell you that I'm not on social media, that I don't use social media, that I don't use it for research, that I don't use it for monetization, that I don't use it for connections and networking. I use social media every single day, multiple platforms, because I see the benefit of it. But I don't recommend you using it for entertainment. That's what I'm saying. And remember, I said earlier, what do you want? Who do you want to be? Let's think about a video game. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy in the video game who is the NPC who just walking through it, or do you want to be the main character? Every single superhero, every single main character, every iconic figure you know had to make sacrifices. They had to. They had to make sacrifices. They had to give up things. They had to make certain decisions and be very strategic with those decisions. All right, G, think of Batman, who, if you guys know me, y'all know I reference Batman a lot. I'm a huge Batman fan. And think of Bruce Wayne. Okay, when Batman got his capabilities, meaning his awareness of who he is and who he was, and when he started training and he became Batman, even though he was very, very powerful, even though he was very skilled, very competent, and very deadly, he had a rule. One simple rule. And the rule was he didn't kill. He didn't even want to use force, but he had to. Obviously, you got to use force with criminals. But he didn't. He had a rule. I don't kill. I'm not going to kill. I don't kill. All right? Even when he was preparing to be Batman, before he actually became Batman, and he was training with Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul gave him his first mission to, and I think he was in the League of Shadows, and he gave him his first mission, and he told him, he gave him a guy, and he said, I want you to prove that you're as lethal as you've been training to be. And he pulled one of the guys from the group, and he said, this guy's a traitor. This guy has committed treachery. I found out he's been stealing shit from us. I don't know what he's been stealing, G, but he's been stealing shit. So he told Bruce, Ra's al Ghul, he said, Bruce, I want you to kill him. I want you to prove to me that you're as vicious and as ruthless as you've been training to be. I need you to prove to me that you have a dark side. Because what he was basically trying to teach Bruce was you need to have a dark side. He was bringing Bruce's dark side out, and making him comfortable with it. So he gave Bruce the guy, and instead of Bruce killing the guy, Bruce couldn't stomach killing another human being. Even though his mother and his father was killed, he still could, that vengeance couldn't allow him to kill a human being. He would rather arrest him and put him away than kill him. So Ra's al Ghul was like, go ahead and off him. Batman, he was gonna do it. And I don't think he was really gonna do it, but he acted like he was gonna do it. But he ended up turning on Ra's al Ghul and, escaping, setting the whole place on fire and getting the fuck up out of there. You know, so and even all the way through here, we want to say career, um, with Batman, he never wanted to kill people. Even with the Joker, as many times he could have killed the Joker, but he never killed him. He always rather put him in jail. That was his rule. That was his restriction. And that's what made him Batman. I think if Batman went around killing people, I don't think he would be as great as he is. Yeah, he would be like a fucking mercenary or something, but I don't think he would be Batman. What makes Batman so great is he has that stoic control. That he will beat your ass until right before you about to die, and then he'll put a band-aid on your head and walk you to jail. That's what makes Batman so dope, you know? So I believe if he walked around just offing people, he wouldn't be Batman. So that character you want to be, maybe it's not Batman. Maybe it's somebody maybe you the Joker. I don't know. Maybe you do take pride in force, and that's how you get what you want. Maybe you are that cunning guy. You're that cunning guy who slightly manipulative, but he knows how to move around the world. Okay, you're charismatic. You know how to move. You're quiet. You sit behind the scenes. You know, but people won't cross you. Maybe you're that guy. Whoever you want to be, all right? Whoever you want to be, you got to understand you got to make sacrifices. Okay? So you can't have it all. You cannot have it all. Just think about and I was telling you guys earlier about every man starts at the novice level. Just think about Spider-Man, bro. When Spider-Man bitch ass first got bit, and I'm not a big fan of Spider-Man, but I'll use him for an example. When Spider-Man first got bit, Spider-Man was a nerd. Spider-Man started off as a fucking nerd, and Spider-Man still is a fucking nerd. But Spider-Man started off as a nerd, and Spider-Man got bit, got some fucking powers. Then he got strong. Then he got jacked. Then he went put some fucking suit together, like a hoodie and a little hat, you know, and some jeans. And he was flying around the city with a hoodie and some fake cut off mask he made. And then he went upgraded and went got the real suit. Now he's moving up. Now he's actually Spider-Man. And then he upgraded and then fucking became an Avenger. And then he met Iron Man, got the nanotech suit. Not Spider-Man getting bitches, flying in space and shit. It's a process. Think about if Spider-Man would have started off. The first episode of Spider-Man, he already got the high technology nanotech suit. It wouldn't be fun. There's no journey. The reason why these stories are fun, the reason why you like them, because there's a journey. Think about Iron Man. I just mentioned Iron Man. Iron Man, yeah, he started off rich, but that was his foundation. He started off as what? Tony Stark. Got fucking captured by the goddamn Arabians or some shit. They locked him up. He built his damn suit from fucking spoons and forks and bowls and shit. All right, G? Then he had some big ass suit. Then he went back to the lab, built the first Iron Man suit. Now he to the point where he got the nanotech Iron Man suit too, and he got 18 different suits. He giving other people suits. Everybody has a journey. All right, there would be no Iron Man if he started off as Iron Man. He had to start off as Tony Stark. All right, Superman had to start off as Clark Kent. All right, G. Just like goddamn Dragon Ball Z, them motherfuckers don't come out the womb in Super Saiyans. They gotta learn that shit. They gotta learn the kama hama chama, whatever the fuck they say before they turn blue and yellow and white and shit, bro. They gotta learn everything. You don't just become great out the womb. All right, now let's talk about something else. Let's get into it. So I want to talk about another cheat code. All right. Another cheat code that a lot of guys can relate to. A lot of you guys can relate to. So, and this is like a shortcut. All right, it's a shortcut. If you meet a man and he's going through a breakup, if your boy come to you, all right, let's say I'm your boy. Let's say we hang out. And I come to you and I say, hey, bro, man, my girl just left me, man. And you like, what, man? Your girl left? Yeah, man, she left me, bro. Why she leave, man? I don't know, bro. She texted me and she told me it was over, man. She told me that we just better off as friends, man. So I don't know what to do, man. I'm depressed right now. Gee, I've been eating ice cream all night. I don't know what the fuck to do. What I would expect you to tell me at that point as my boy, and what's the best advice you can give me, is go to the gym. All right? Go to the gym. That'll be the best advice. And the other piece of advice would be go get some money, go get some more bitches. But the first piece of advice would be go to the gym. And the reason why the best advice would be go to the gym is because when you go to the gym, you're not only going to be obviously be able to let off some steam and, calm down, feel better about yourself, let out some aggression. But you'll go to the gym because you'll realize that going to the gym is going to make you feel better about yourself. And as you feel better about yourself, anything that makes you feel good, you keep doing it, right? It becomes a habit and an addiction. So as you keep doing this and your body starts to get better, you're going to get over that woman. And not only are you going to get over that woman, but by the time you get over that woman, you're still going to be working out. And you're still going to be going forward. And as you're going forward, the woman is gone, all right? That's over with. You're going forward in life, and then you're going to realize something very, very valuable. Very, very valuable. All right? And this is a cheat code and a shortcut. You're going to realize that most of the great things that happen in your life, most of the most transformative moments that have happened in your life, and if you look at goddamn TV and video games, same shit. But the most transformative moments that have happened in your life have came directly after heartbreak, pain, trauma, all that shit. All right, G? Simple fact of the matter. That's why that guy that you see in the gym with his hoodie on and is covering his eyes, and between his sets, he like this. That motherfucker, only time he looked up was to do his set, and he back in it. All right, G? First of all, don't talk to him. Do not walk up to that dude. I've been that dude. And if anybody would have walked up to me, them days, bro, you'd have got dropped. I don't care who you was. You'd have got dropped on sight. That's how bad it was, all right? But them days right there, bro, those are the days. Those are the days you write about when you become a success. Those are the days that I talk to you guys about all the damn time. If you've been watching me for the past year, you've heard my homeless story, G. You've heard my homeless story, all right? And you've heard when I lived in another city, all right? And no family, no friend, I had a few friends that I met along the way, but nobody who really loved me, G, all right? Who was gonna be like, hey, I help you get on your feet. So I had to figure this shit out on my own, bro. I was homeless for about 2 years, all right? 2 years straight. So when you see me and when you look up to me and you inspired by me, or even if you just listen to my advice, you need to understand this is coming from a place where I've been where you are. I've been worse off than 90% of you guys watching the chat or in the chat. Think about this. I have been worse off See, you think your situation bad. You think you're behind. You think, oh, I'm not getting women. I'm not. Now, I never had a problem getting chicks. I just want to put that out there. Never had that issue. All right. I've been broke. I've been fucked up. I've been addicted. I've been all that shit. But I never had a problem getting women. I put that out there. So when I give y'all a game about chicks, it's real shit. This shit ain't coming from a book. All these nerds on the internet, they just be talking. This real shit. But the lessons I had to learn, bro, in life, self-development wise, bro, I've been there. I've been homeless. I've lived in my car for 4 months straight. I was in that car for 4 months. Then I lived on my homie's couch, on and off between his couch and somebody else's couch for like another 8 months. All right. Then I'm living with some chick, and I ain't even really living with her cause she can put me out at any moment at the time. You feel me? I was living with some chick and she could have kicked me out at any moment. So I was still homeless, G. That's still, I just want to let you guys know. If y'all live with a chick and you ain't on a lease, you homeless. All right, G. You homeless. I just want you to know. All right. So anyway, I was there, guys. I was worse off than you. If you think you behind on your bills, gee, I was so behind on my bills, it wasn't even no point for me to have bills no more, G. I just gave up. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to just be homeless, G, because that way I won't have any bills. All right, I ain't got shit to pay. All right, motherfucker, be like, hey, you cut up on all your shit? Hell yeah. I'm past all my shit, actually. Next month, already paid for. Actually, the next year, I already paid for. I ain't got nothing to pay for. All right, that's how bad it was, G. So I've been there. I've been lost. I've had those nights where I'm sitting there and I tell you guys not to fucking cry. Never cry in front of a woman. Gee, I've had nights where I've cried. I was, and I ain't talking about boo-hooing, but I'm talking about like pissed off at myself in tears. Lost as a young man. 24, 23 years old. Lost, bro. So I know how you young guys feel. But what I want you to understand is that's supposed to happen to you, G. All right? That's exactly where you're supposed to be. Somebody said, what is this? Boost 71, homie, you're just telling stories, but you ain't replying to any messages. The fuck? Bro, first of all, I want to make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel even, because it's usually guys who are not subscribed to the channel that say dumb shit like that, and you got to understand that you're in a chat with a few hundred people. So your question will get answered when time permits, my G. All right? Be patient. Don't be like a female, okay? Don't be like a female, my G. Be a man and wait your turn, all right? And have some critical thinking skills and awareness that a lot of people are in here, so it would behoove me and not make sense for me to just jump. Yeah. All right. Anyway, back to the point. So like I said, pain, trauma, okay? Those are all like cheat codes and hacks. And I'm going to tell you something about it. Once you make it, because there's different type of men. Different type of men have different motivations. My motivation, this is my motivation. A lot of guys ask me, and I get this. This is probably one of the top DMs I get on Instagram. One of the top questions that I get. What is your main motivation? What keeps you on your purpose? What inspires you? Okay? What inspires you? What keeps you going? What keeps you driven? What keeps you waking up doing the same thing every day? All right? That's the question that I get the most out of every question. Yeah, I get questions about how I get a chick back that ghosted me, dumb shit. How I get respect at work, I get that a lot. How do I improve my social skills? I get that a lot. Fitness questions, I get that a lot. You know? And by the way, guys, if you have a question that's not pertaining to the topic, either and you really want it asked, put the question in and somebody else may answer. I may get to it, or find a better resourceful way to get that question asked. Just like you do when you really want something. Okay? This is what I want to teach you guys too. You got to stop expecting people to give you shit. Just because you ask the question, that does not mean you get the answer. You automatically deserve the answer. I know I'm teaching, but one, that was not pertaining to the topic. And then two, you got upset when you didn't get your question answered the first time. That's a feminine reaction. This is what a man does. He'll type in his, I'm giving you the game. Don't get mad, G. This is how it works. I want to help you get what you want out of life. You type in your question, and then if nobody answers, you say, let me find out a way to get my question answered. Maybe I may have to DM him. Maybe I may have to, oh shit, I see if I super chat, I don't even want you to super chat, I'm just gaming you up. Don't super chat, G. I'm gaming you up. Oh, if I super chat, he'll automatically answer it. Or he has an email. Oh shit, this motherfucker got 10 emails. He got a Discord. I have so many ways to contact him. And this is the problem. I'm going back to my novice level. Some of you guys think people know you. Nobody knows you. If you want something and you don't know how to get it, find out a way to get it. And if you're not getting it, don't fucking get mad. I wouldn't have called you out, G, if you wouldn't have said talking about the fuck. Like what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? We grown men. What do you mean what the fuck? I'm just supposed to stop everything and answer you about something that has nothing to do with the topic? It doesn't work like that, dude. If we were sitting in the room, I would have kicked you out. All right, G, that doesn't make sense. So as men, you gotta understand, if you want, so I don't do that. I don't get frustrated when I try to get something and I don't get it, then I get mad. Talking about video games like you throw the joystick. That's what you dudes do. You playing the game, you don't get what you want, then you throw the joystick. Fuck this shit. I'm mad. And you flip the fuck, like, bro, this is, and then you come back and you say, well, can you answer my question now? No, it's done. Life doesn't work like that. You don't get second chances with life like that. In a video game, you can throw the controller, get mad, and then come back and be like, well, I'll play again. No, in life, you want to get mad in a room full of men who just trying to get better and get mad because you didn't get your question answered? Get out. I'm not going to block you or take you off. I'm just not going to answer your question. So if you want to get that question answered, you can find out a way and DM me, email me. Be resourceful. I'm trying to show you something. Most guys gonna fuck around with you. I'm trying to give you a lesson. You probably like, well, I already knew that. If you knew that, that wouldn't have happened just now. Guarantee you. All right? It's a level of professionalism. As a man, I can't even take you serious like that. To me, you're 16 years old. That's what I think. I think you're 16. All right? I think you're 16. That's actions of a 16-year-old. Because you can't tell me, let's say you're 35. A 35-year-old man, he's in the room. Hey, I have a question. And then in 5 minutes, he don't get his question answered. He's like, fuck this shit. And he get up and get out. What the hell? You don't do that, G. It's not how you get what you want. You don't throw the controller when you're losing. You keep playing and you figure it out. Pause the game. Go try to figure out what you need to do. All right? And I'm not trying to pick on my G. All right? I love you, bro. I'm using this as a general thing. This is life. It's what you guys do with women. Oh, the woman ghosts me. Oh, these women ain't shit. Why did she ghost you? Would you fuck you? Would you reply to you? Would you reply to that weak ass shit you just text her? You text her 3 days in a row, good morning, beautiful, and you're wondering why she ghosts you, and now women ain't shit. And now you throwing the controller at the TV. Like Ashton Hall. No, G, you can't do that. No, it doesn't work like that. You look at yourself. Why are you not getting what you want out of life? Why are you not getting what you want? If there are other men getting it, if I stopped for other men to answer their questions, find out why. There are guys in here that are members to the channel who I stopped for. There are guys in here who put super chats who I stopped for. Come on, G. Pay attention. So you can't be like that, bro. And I see this. It's with everything. It's with women. It's with the gym too. The gym too. 6 weeks go by. You don't look like the Hulk, or you don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now you giving it up. All right. And then you go to somebody who's jacked, and then you ask them, and you say, "How do I look like you?" or how what did you have to do to look like that? And then he tell you he been working out for 10 years, and then you say, okay, but how do I get bigger? It's like, gee, I said 10 years. I can't tell you anything. It's nothing I can tell you. Even if I told you, that's still not gonna make you look like that. It's still gonna take you 10 years. I can tell you whatever. I can tell you, I give you my whole blueprint. It's still gonna take you 10 years. It's still okay, I know it took you 10 years, but what's the secret? 10 fucking years, G. That's the secret. All right. Now, I don't mean that literally a 10-year thing. I'm using that for an example. You guys got to stop just wanting shit. This whole instant, and it's a mindset, this microwave mindset. This, like, I put it in, I get it out in 5 minutes, and it's perfect. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. In this world, you are a nobody. Nobody knows you. Nobody cares. It's a blessing when people recognize you. That's a blessing. That's a gift. That's a gift. But you're not owed that. So if you walk out into this world as a young man and you don't have any status, and people see you and they recognize you, that's a gift. You got something. You got something. But if they don't, you can't get mad. Find out a way. Find out what you need to do. All right? Anyway. Man, I hope y'all answering his questions. See, and then he's still saying shit. This is what I'm saying. He's still saying shit. Hey, I appreciate y'all for answering his questions, but I'm gonna remove homeboy because I don't like his feminine energy. You know, and I can smell it. I can smell it through the messages. He has a real feminine energy. I'm glad he wants to know how to get bigger and get jacked, but I can smell the feminine energy coming from his chats. So we're gonna remove him. I don't like feminine energy. Yeah, yeah, I don't like that. It's just minor shit like that, bro. And that's a curse. Cause that translates to so many things, guys. So many things. So many things. Guaranteed. And I see this every day, bro. I work with men every single day. All right? I work with men every single day. I'm not just talking shit, bro. I work, and there's guys who will talk to you on YouTube, G, and I'm telling you the honest to God truth. There are guys who will talk to you on YouTube, and they just talk shit to you. They make these videos, but they don't help men. They're not helping men every day. They're not helping young men. They're not helping adolescents. They're not helping high school men. They're not helping men who get out of incarceration. They're not helping these men. I talk to men every fucking day, and one of the biggest problems is this instant reward system thing. Everybody wants a trophy. Like, I'll get on a call with somebody, and they'll get on the call and won't introduce themselves like I'm supposed to know their name. Gee, when you meet another grown man, tip. Hi, how you doing? My name is. It's a pleasure to meet you. That's how you greet another man. You don't say what's up, bro, to it. Even if you younger than me, G, I greet you. Hey, how you doing today? I don't know you. All right, you guys expect the world to just know you. The world doesn't know you. So when you post something online and nobody reacts, it's because nobody knows you. No, when these women don't look at you, they don't respond to your DMs, it's because they don't know who you are. You haven't done anything yet. So if you don't get those results, don't get upset. Don't crash out. Don't throw the joystick. It's not going to help you win the game. All right? So, next thing, like I said, cheat codes and shortcuts. Trauma and pain. All right, it's one of the biggest cheat codes and shortcuts. When I was homeless, I felt like I had a demon. All right, G. I felt like there was a demon sitting next to me every day. All right, and every time I wanted to get better and do something, he would just look over me and be like, "You ain't shit." Yeah, you did that, but you ain't shit. Every time I do something, I go hit a workout, have a great workout. I come back, I can take a shower, sit down. He'll look over me and be like, "Yeah, you still ain't shit. Yeah, you getting stronger, but you still broke." I had a demon. All right, G. And what I'm doing now, and this is why pain and trauma, and if you've been through heartbreak or you got rough beginnings, this is why this is a gift, and this is why this is a curse. Okay, because you can use that as motivation. Gee, I am so afraid. This is an answer to how I stay on my purpose and how I keep going. I am so afraid of going back to where I was that I'm running from it. Some guys are running towards success. Like some of you guys are running towards success. Like you're trying to get to a point. Like you're like, okay, forget everything behind me. I'm trying to get there. For some of you guys, I'll give you a plot twist, all right? How to reframe your mind, different level of motivation. If you've started to accomplish things, I want you to look back, all right? And look back, and I want you to look back at what's behind you, and I want you to just picture if you don't do what you need to do, and if you don't speed up and become the man you need to be, and motivate your damn self and stop looking for help and looking for a way out, that thing that's behind you is going to catch you. All right, G? For me, I got this lion behind me, and this lion has an ugly face. And on his face is just written broke, disgusted, behind, poverty, unattractive, demotivated, lazy, sedated, distracted, depressed, doubtful. All these things are in his face, and he's running behind me, ready to bite my ass. I am running from him every day. So that's my motivation. So if me and you lined up against each other, we're racing, but you're running to something. I'm running away from something. I'm not saying that I'm any better than you. That's just my motivation. Everybody's different. I'm more concerned with not being where I was versus just trying to get somewhere. Wherever I get, it's going to be a blessing because I know I'm running full speed. All right? So everybody's different. Everybody's different. But so I'm trying to show you guys pain and trauma. Pain and trauma is a tool. All right? Do you have any extra tips of getting rid of old pessimistic thoughts? God, gym, improving social skills and making money has helped so far. But if you have more any tips, yeah, and that's the thing. And I like that question because that's pertaining to the topic. See, when you're running from something and you got this bad past, that will give you negative thoughts and pessimistic thoughts. And that's why I told you I had that demon next to me. He was always telling me what I couldn't do and what I couldn't be. And that's just my subconscious mind. Okay, that's all that is, guys. You have to understand how your mind works. Remember, I told you in the game of life, just like a video game, life has instructions, it has a manual, it has terms and agreements. And you guys try to play this game of life, but you don't read the terms and agreements. I'm going to give you something written in the terms and agreements and the manual. Your brain works a certain way, it's very powerful. And you have a part of your brain called your subconscious mind. And what your subconscious mind is in charge of is making, or I guess, interpreting decisions. I'm not going to say necessarily making the decisions. Your conscious mind makes the decisions. But your subconscious mind interprets the decisions. It gives you the perspective of what the world is. So when you see an opportunity, or when you see anything for that matter, your subconscious mind will tell you whether or not that thing is a opportunity or a problem. All right? When you get fired from your job, and I'm helping you with your pessimistic thoughts, your subconscious mind tells you, okay, I just got fired. Your subconscious mind is in charge of saying, okay, this is an opportunity for me to find another job or build the business I've always wanted to build, or this is a problem and I'm going to go in depth and go behind my bills and lose my chick and all this shit. That's your subconscious mind. And then your conscious mind makes the decision on how you need to act based on your subconscious thinking. All right. Now, what builds up your subconscious mind? What brings these pessimistic thoughts or these optimistic thoughts? What creates these thoughts? Your habits, the things you do every day, the things you look at, the conversations you have. This is what makes up your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is like a buildup. All right. And every time you think something, you talk to somebody, you watch a movie, listen to a song, have a conversation, every day, those small little things, they go into that buildup. And then when you make decisions, it's based on that buildup. So I'll give an example. Y'all know that song, Nuck If You Buck? For all you older guys that grew up in the 2000s, y'all know that song, Nuck If You Buck? You remember if you used to listen to that song in the club? Soon as that song come on, you want to knock somebody out. Why? Because it kind of changes your subconscious mind. It makes you have these violent negative thoughts. So as soon as you see somebody, you want to Nuck If You Buck. Y'all ever listen to the song in the club, Drop It Like It's Hot, if you grew up in the 90s and 2000s? When you hear that song, what do you want to do? You want to dance. Even when you hear it now, it's nostalgic. It's in your subconscious mind. So when you hear it, soon as you hear the dun, 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 dun. You looking around trying to grab a bitch. You could be in the bank. If that song start playing in the bank, that dun dun dun, you gonna be looking around like where the hoes at. You in the bank, G. Calm down. That's your subconscious mind. All right. So that's how it works. It's based on what you know, based on your confirmation bias, based on your habits, based on your traumas, based on all everything you do every day. So what does that mean? In order to get rid of pessimistic thoughts, in order to get rid of these your this negative subconscious mind, you got to start changing your habits. You got to start putting different things in front of you. All right, you got to start looking at things, changing your outside world so your inside world change. A lot of people try to start from the inside out. They try to start inside, then they try to go out. It's very hard. The inside is corrupted, and the reason why the inside is corrupted because your outside is fucked up. That's why I tell you when you're sitting in your car and your car is dirty and you got a can here, you got a bag here, you got a fry there, unopened, open used condom wrapper there. You got a bunch of shit around your car. Your brain is gonna be fucked up. All right, you're not gonna maybe make conscious. Well, you're gonna make conscious decisions, but they're gonna be unorganized decisions. You're gonna be frantic. All right, very hesitant, very chaotic, very nervous, anxiety all over the place. But if your room is clean, if your place is clean, you have more structure. You can think more clearly. Okay, so if you want to get rid of pessimistic thoughts and this negative subconscious mind, you got to start changing your surroundings. You start from the outside, you go in. Start from the outside first. Change your surroundings. Clean your room. Change your friends. Change your conversations. Change the movies you listen to. All right, change your daily habits. And then the inside starts to change. And you start thinking differently. You start being more positive. And then now the outside starts to change more. You get the results from thinking more positively. It's very simple, but you got to change your daily habits. It's what you're doing every single day. It's the decisions that you're making. Not really the decisions, but what you're doing, what you're looking at, the songs you're listening to. This is a big deal. A lot of men don't pay attention to the songs they listen to. This comes up with building your character. The songs you listen to have a direct derivative to your thought process. When you hear music, the whole point of music is to change your mood. So first you're hearing the music, the tune, and then you're hearing words follow with that music, and they're slowly being programmed into your subconscious. All right, G. A lot of you guys don't know that. A lot of these young dudes y'all see today that's fucked off, that's walking around with their pants sagging, and then they want to be thugs and gangsters. The reason why they're like that, these kids are not bad. They just got NBA young boy in the back of their head, G. That's the only problem. It's just what they listen to every day. So you gotta understand, and once you change stuff like that, these small things, all right, guys, it's like almost like a level of PTSD. That's how you gotta think about it. Whatever you experience every day, that's what will change the decisions you make, your reactions to things. All right. Also, the people who you around too. So that's one of the biggest things, the most undermined, underestimated, um, underrated effects on your pessimistic thoughts is the people who you're around. Cause I'm gonna be honest, if you hanging around me every day, if you hang around me for a week straight, 1 week straight, you will not be a negative person. Your life will change. I know that from fact. I have proof of that. Your life will change instantly, dramatically, drastically. You're gonna start thinking. It's gonna shock you at first. You may not like it at first because it's gonna be very uncomfortable. Because any big change is uncomfortable when you transitioning and you're transforming and you're growing. But once you get over that threshold of you changing and you understanding that, all right, this is the new me, your life is gonna change. Guarantee you 100%. Why? Because it's my energy. It's gonna radiate on you. When I get up in the morning, some mornings I'm pissed off because I maybe had a bad night before. I wake up in a bad mood. But you'll realize when you pay attention to me, I just keep going. Never mind. Because you'll ask me. My chick do this. She asks me in the morning, "Hey babe, you okay?" Because she'll see it on my face. Because I know I got a bunch of work to do that day. I got like 3 coaching calls that day. Plus I got to record 2 videos. I got a meeting. I got to do this, work on my bike. I got a bunch of shit I got to do. And so I wake up pissed, just mad at the fucking world. Stressed the fuck out. And I like it that way, by the way. But I wake up mad and she like, "Baby, you okay?" And I don't even tell her, "Yeah, I'm good." She know what I'm going to say. "Yeah, I'm good." And I just get to work. It doesn't matter, you know? So when you're around me, you're going to start to change. You're going to start to realize that feelings don't matter. You change by osmosis by who you're around. That's my point. Okay, it's not about me. It's about you and who you're around. So you may be around people who are pessimistic. You may be around people that every time they get bad news, they fucking cry, whine, bitch and moan, complain. You may be around people like that. You may be around people who make excuses for everything. And that's why you make excuses. I guarantee you, it's always a pull when it comes to relationships. They're either pulling you or you're pulling them. It's like if you date a chick who doesn't work out and you work out, that's going to be a constant pull. There's going to be sometimes if your frame is stronger, she's going to be working out and following you. And there's going to be times if her frame is stronger, you're going to be not working out, following her, being lazy, eating cookies, cakes, and pizza. That's how it works. So it's all osmosis. It has to pull. And it's never staying two people never just agree on something. It's like power. One person always pulls the other one. That's how it works. Even if they agree at the beginning, naturally it always flows to one side. All right? So the people who you're around is definitely affecting your negative thoughts. That's a good question. All right, now, let's talk about something else, guys. Hope you guys are getting a lot out of today, man. Make sure you're taking notes, G. Um, Make sure y'all go check out the last video I just put up yesterday. How to stop letting people take advantage of you. Go check that out, guys. Very important. Okay. Normally on videos like that, you will get something along the lines of you need to look strong and be tough and set boundaries. Yeah, that's true. But there's truths about life that you guys need to understand. Okay? You need to understand realities about life. Um, if I were to identify myself with any like great speaker or writer, because that's what I am. I'm a speaker and I'm a writer. But if I would identify myself and I would say my style is very close to and who actually inspires me a lot, and that's Machiavelli, Niccolo Machiavelli. And one of the things I love about him is he understands the truths about life and truths about power and war. And life is power and war. One of the things you got to understand about life and war is it's not fair. And this very baseline, it's not fair. Love fades, respect is power. You should always be feared, then loved. Never hated. But if you had to choose between fear and love, it's always fear and respect. If you had the choice between the two evils, okay? Not saying that you should take pride in being hated. You never want to be hated. So you got to be very methodical and strategic about life. If you want to be a top tier man and you want to stand out and you want to get all the benefits and advantage about life, I'm giving you the keys to outsmart the game of life. You got to start prioritizing respect over love. All right, G, you have to. It's a must, G. You got to. Because if you live a life of trying to get people to like you and being so concerned with people liking you, you are going to lose. And this can be very hard because as humans, it's our natural want and need to be able to relate to people and get along with people. But just because you're not necessarily getting along with somebody or they don't actually like you at that moment, that doesn't mean they hate you and that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Okay? So you gotta understand respect over love. If you had a choice between being respected and feared versus being loved, you choose respected and feared. You never aim for being hated though. That's like you're going off now. Never aim for being hated. Once you're to the point where people hate you, now you're a tyrant. Now they try to do anything to get rid of you. There's a difference. I treat my people good. My business partners, my clients, my customers, my family, my children, my girl, my mom. I treat everybody good. But if you ask any of those people Who's the one person who you don't want to cross? They probably think first, and the reason why they would have to think first because they probably wouldn't think of me first because I'm very generous and I'm very nice and I like I'm giving. I'm a people person. But if they assess it, they'll be like, I wasn't gonna say Keith, but now I think about it, yeah, I wouldn't cross Keith. He'll be the last one. And that's how you want people to describe you. Like they know you're a great person. This is what you need. This is how you get respect. They know you. They know you'll give them the clothes off their back, but they know at the end of the day, you got the fuck you up rule. All right. And if you don't know what the fuck you up rule is, it's very simple. If you try me, I fuck you up. Anything outside of that, we all good. All right. This is how you become dangerous. This is how you get respect. All right. I gave you guys a lot of shit about how to success, women, all that shit. I'm talking about respect, right? This is how you get respect. You keep this rule on you. If you try me, I fuck. So everything outside of that, I'm good. We good. We good. We good. You good. We good. Hey, I love you. I do anything for you. Hey, let's go. Let's have fun. Let's have a ball. But the moment you take this for weakness, the moment you try me, I fuck you up. I don't cut you off. All right, it's that because that's a feminine trait a lot of men have. Hope you guys are catching on. That's a feminine trait a lot of men have. You had because that's not power. That's not respect. Power and respect is every time somebody cross you, you run. You're like, oh, well, fuck them. You walk out the room, walk away, walk away, walk away. No, no, that's not power. That's not how you get respect sometimes. You can't always settle everything with silence. This whole Sigma male silence thing, or just walking away from everything, that's a cope and that's a cop out for you not standing up to people and you not understanding power. You just tell the world you don't understand power. A man needs the capability to instill fear in somebody else. All right? You need that capability. I'm not saying you walk around choking people up, but if you lack the capability to look somebody in their eyes and put the fear of God in them with your words or your actions, you're not a real man. You need that. Think of something happened to your family or somebody attack your family. You need that capability. You need that capability to look at another man or apply force to another man and he backs down or you defeat him if it gets that far. You need that. If you need to protect your young cubs, and there's a lion wants to kill your cubs and you growling at the lion and he don't give a fuck and he still go attack your cubs, you ain't really done much. All right, you're not a man at that point. All right, you're a man when you can growl at that other lion and he backs down because he can see in your teeth and your fangs that you ain't playing. All right, you need that. You need that viciousness. I'm not saying that has to be you. That doesn't have to be your identity. Most of you guys, your first perception of me is not a vicious or violent or ruthless person. I'm sure I come off as a very chill dude. Like I'm like, the homeboy. I'm like that. But gee, I'm a nut. I'm a nutcase when I'm pissed off. I'm a nutcase when you attack my family. I'm a nutcase when you talk shit to my girl or you say something about my kids or you try to take my money or you try to screw over me. I'm a whole different person. All right, and you need that. And when people know that you can easily, it's controlled danger. Okay, when people know that you can easily go to that side at a moment's notice, not saying that you're easily tempted to go on that side, but you don't mind. You don't mind throwing fades. All right. When they know, and especially when it's not easy to push you there, you know, cause people gonna fuck with you. This is power. People gonna fuck with you. And when people know that they can't just tell you some shit to make you crash out, but they know once you cross the line or once you draw the line, that's the line. That's when people respect you. Okay? You got to think about it. My chick asked me one day, not my chick, this chick asked me, why do kids always listen to the dad? But when the mom tells them something, they don't listen. The mom tells them to sit down. The fucking kids still running around breaking shit. Dad walks in the room. He ain't even got to say shit. The kids fucking sit the fuck down. And they quiet for the next hour. Why is that? All right. The reason why, I'll tell you why, is because those kids, now not all dads, because some dads walk in the room and the kids don't give a shit. And the reason why the kids don't give a shit because they know you ain't about shit. But the reason why they get scared with like my kids, for instance, they when they fucking up shit with their mom, they tearing shit up, breaking shit, going crazy. She lost control. She love him so much she can't even yell at him. You know, and I can feel her pain. I'm like, man, let me go in there and do it. And I ain't even got to go in there and say anything. I just got to go walk in the room. All right. I go walk in the room and they quiet, G. They don't gotta say. I ain't gotta say. I just gotta walk. They just gotta hear my footsteps coming, and they already getting their shit together. And the reason why is because they done seen me fuck shit up before. They done because the first time they done tried to not listen to me, I had to crash out and go crazy. And now they like, all right, I done saw what he can do. I don't want to take him there anymore. And then look at him. My daddy look like a goddamn superhero. I don't even fucking with that dude. And that's what they think. So it's not only just my appearance at my stature. I'm twice as big as their mom. My voice is deeper. It's not just that. It's just what they've seen me do. They've never seen her raise her voice. They've never seen her get angry. They've seen her cry. You feel me? They've never seen me cry. They've always seen me in a dominant position. That's why they fear me, and that fear is respect. So that's why they respect the dad over the mom. All right, G. Now there's some moms, some dominant moms that put it down, but that's why the respect is there. It's because of that. All right, and that's in anything. That's why anybody is respected. I said this in a video I made yesterday, and like Lex Luthor and Batman and Superman, Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. Lex Luthor was on the roof talking shit to Superman, and this was before I think he was about to unleash old boy on Superman, and he told Superman, he said, if God is all good, he can't be all powerful. And if he's all powerful, he can't be all good. And that's not anything demeaning towards God. God would admit that in the Bible and tell you straight up to your face that he will light fire to your ass if you try him. All right, G. It's written in there, bro. All right. That's how it works. All right, G. That is how it works. Anywhere. There's a whole book of the Bible. All right, and for like, I'm not Christian, guys. I'm Muslim, but I use the Bible because it's very similar. A lot of you guys can use this for explanation and example. But there's a whole book in the Bible called Revelation that the whole book shows you when you try God, what happens when God gets upset, and how he unleashes his wrath. And that's why you respect him. You don't respect God because he's good. You probably do. But the reason why you fear God, which turns into respect. The reason why when you curse, when you talking and you curse and you say, "Oh God forgive me," or when you say something bad about somebody, you say, "God forgive me." God ain't even next to you, but you just like, "God forgive me." Why? Because you think you're gonna get struck to hell. All right, G. It is what it is. So it's that fear that you have. You ain't never seen God, but you're scared to death. Why? Because the stories. You got confirmation bias that God don't play. God goes by the fuck you up rule. All right. So that type of power is the same that you will see in fathers. It's the same type of respect and fear you will have for a father or anybody of an authoritative dominant position. So you as a man, okay, and the same thing Lex Luthor told to Superman. He said, if God is all good, he can't be all powerful. And if he's all powerful, he can't be all good. And then he looked at Superman and he said, neither can you. Same shit. If you are all good, if you are this whole good person, you just good. You just good. That's what he was trying to tell Superman. He was like, yeah, you're a fake. You're a fake. You walk around, you're noble, you're this goody two shoes, nice guy. You're this nice guy. All right, you're this goody two shoes, nice guy wrapped up in a goddamn American flag. But I'm gonna show the world that you're not all good. You can't be. How can you be all good and powerful? It doesn't work like that. Now he was just actually trying to teach Superman something he needed to fucking know. Gee, it's okay. You're not all good. Show the world who you are. You're not all, so you shouldn't be trying to be all good all the time. People don't respect people who are all good. If a chick knows that you're all good, she won't respect you. A chick will respect you knowing you have that dark side to you, that dark edge, that edge to you, That side to where she knows even if she gets out of line, she's out of there. If she's not aware of that, if a chick does not have that fear factor when she's with you, I'm not talking about her being physically afraid of you, but that fear factor of, if I fuck up, this man might walk away, or he might replace me, or he might just leave me. One of the three. If a chick does not know that, you see how this works? If a chick, if even if a chick does not believe that there is a chance that you can walk out if she disrespect you, she either won't stay with you or she'll keep disrespecting you. And in both cases, you don't have respect or you don't have the girl. All right, but you're in lack. So this is the problem, is trying to be too nice, trying to look too nice, trying to please people. It's okay being a villain sometimes. This is how you outsmart life. It's okay being a villain. And I'm telling you guys, I want you to understand this, because when you are a villain, you're in the best position of life, because you're no longer exploited. You can no longer be exploited. All right. When you prioritize respect over love, you cannot be exploited. You cannot. It is impossible. All right. People who try to be too good always get exploited. Always. Why? Because nobody likes people who are too perfect. It's a rule of power. Never seem too perfect. Never seem too perfect. It's a rule, one of the 48 laws of power. Never seem too perfect. It's a reason why. A huge reason why. All right? I want y'all to go study that law. It's very important to being a nice guy. Okay? The illusion of trying to please people and be on people's good side, and if you do everything right or say everything right, people will like you. Doesn't work like that. You know, I got this saying that you got to be okay with a woman not liking you. This is, guys, you got to understand. When I give, like, almost every chick that I've dealt with, because you know, modern women, they don't know how to dress anymore. You know, they dress half naked. Every chick that I've dated, every chick, and I'm not lying, G, every chick that I've dated, I've had to tell at least once, and this was usually probably early in the dating or the relationship. I've had to tell at least once. I've had to tell every single one of them at least once. I don't like what you're wearing. I need you to change that. You know, like your ass is showing. Like, I don't like that. I've had to, maybe once or twice, you know, because whatever they got in their closet is what they had before they met me. So you got to go through some adjustments if they're going to stay with me, if I'm going to take them serious or be out with them. So I got to tell them, like, you know, so most of the times I say that, probably almost every time, there was probably like one time. There was one chick who was actually like at the beginning okay with it. She was just like, oh, okay, I'll go change. Only one time, G. One time. The rest of them, they either were indifferent, like, okay, I'll go change. You know, like, like they know they gotta do it, or they getting the fuck kicked out, or they just, you know, oh, whatever. And then they still go change. And then some of them, like 30% of them, I had to like kind of like talk to them a little bit, like, hey, do you see what you're wearing? What's wrong with it, bitch? Do I really have to explain this to you? You know what I mean? And those ones, they never lasted long. Obviously, why? But every chick, I mean, it's a common problem for guys, and if it's not, then you're not saying you're not manning up to these women, because y'all know how most of these women dress. And if this is a chick you plan on taking serious, if your main girl, she shouldn't be dressing a certain way. All right, so certain things only for your eyes. All right, that's a different conversation. But when I've had to say these things, guarantee you, bro, they didn't like me. You think they like me telling them to change what the fuck they wearing? It, goddamn feminism, matriarchy telling them they can wear what the fuck they want, and here come little old me. Oh, you gotta change that. And they already independent women when they meet me. Fuck. What you think gonna happen? You think it's gonna be a play? Nah, it's gonna be a little bit. You gotta enforce some dominance that first time. First time around, you know? Hey, some of you guys, that's why I say, y'all can't expect everything at the beginning. Some of these women, you gotta break the back. You gotta break the horse's back one time to let them know. And this is what this is about. Establishing dominance, establishing power. Some women, just like the world, will test you. So you tell her not to wear that, she gonna be like, why? That's a test. That's a test. Most women want you. My chick right now, any chick I've stayed with, They've told me they like the fact that I tell them what not to wear. They like the fact that I don't let them have male friends. They like the fact that I don't let them party and I don't let them do that dumb shit. That's why they want me. They would be so unattracted to me if I just let them do what they want. So secretly, these women love this shit. So when you avoid checking them, or you avoid calling them out, or you avoid giving them rules and strict boundaries, all you do is you think you're avoiding shit, and you think you're showing her that you're nonchalant and you don't care. Yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, women know that men have standards. And if you're taking women serious and you're being so nonchalant to the point where you're losing your power, that's a fallacy. All right, G. Sometimes you got to speak the fuck up, because all this nonchalantness is going to get your ass wrecked and ran over. Okay, guys? I ain't saying you got to be all like a little girl, being picky and fucking nitpicking about every little thing you see. But if it's something like the bitch got her ass out, G, say something. Say, hey, look, no, you can't wear that. Why? Because this is why I said you can't wear it. Now, I can give you some goddamn psychological fucking ancient goddamn reasons why. I can tell you from the human nature book, whatever the fuck, but I mean, it's common sense why you can't wear what you wearing. I mean, and I think you knew that. I think you were just testing me to see what I was going to say. And that's what it is in most cases, all right? They just want to see how you going to react and what they can get away with. So, guys got to understand power and respect. Okay? Power and respect. Power and respect. So, two more things I want to discuss. And these are two of the most important things, guys. Okay? In video games, you guys ever been playing a video game, right? And like you playing the game, you going through the game, and then all of a sudden, and like you got like half life, because you've been fighting, you've been going through the game, and you got like half life, and you going, you like, all right, what's going on now? And then randomly a boss comes, a random boss, and like an evil boss of the game. It's not the final boss. It's just a boss. All right. And he got power. He already powered up to the max. And he just come out of nowhere, ready to go. And he got little minions with him. And you not only got to fight him, but you got to fight the little minions too. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So you get to him and you like, gee, what the fuck? I got half life. The fuck? I thought I was trying to go on this road. Here come this dude, and I got to get past him. And the problem with this, and this is what you guys got to understand, when you're going through life and you're learning, and you're trying to become that man, and you're not yet that man. You're probably only halfway being that man. You only got half the tools you need. Maybe you in the lonely stage. I'm giving y'all too much game. Maybe you in the lonely stage of life. You in that middle stage where you're not who you used to be, but you're not yet who you need to be. And the people who you used to hang around, you can no longer relate to them, but the people you need to hang around, they ain't fucking with you, G, because you ain't there yet. All right? You at half life, my G. You ain't got all your tokens and your ribbons and shit yet, so you're not ready. You're not in ranked play yet. All right? Y'all know ranked play on Call of Duty? You're not in ranked play yet. All right? They still looking down like, G, you good, but you got some kills, but you ain't ranked yet. So who are you? You're in the lonely stage. All right. So in this lonely stage, you will run into obstacles. You will run into challenges that you are not yet prepared for. You're working to get prepared, but you're not yet prepared for. All right. And this is the problem. This is what you got to understand. Some of these challenges are just like these bosses. They come out of nowhere. They're at full life and they just smack you in the mouth. And that's how life goes. All right? That's how life goes. Once you decide, oh man. Once you decide, G, I'm telling you this from self-experience. Once you decide what you want to do, and once you get sure, because this is the problem. The first step is trying to figure out what you want. The second step is now you need to navigate and figure out what it takes. The moment you figure out what you want and what it takes and the blueprint and the map out and everything else, that's the moment life punches you in the face. It's equivalent to when everything's going good with your girl. That's why life, making money, success is just like women. It's just like dating. I'm gonna do a video this week, this upcoming week, about because a lot of you guys are in sales. Y'all have businesses. A lot of you guys have been asking and requesting me to make a video related to sales and making money in sales. And I'm gonna do a video. It's gonna be a long one, and I'm gonna show you how sales and making money is just like dating and getting women. It's the same thing, the exact same thing. So if you're good at sales, you can get women, G. If you're good at getting women, you can make a lot of fucking money. It's the same fucking thing. So if you make money in sales right now and you killing it and you're not getting women, you don't understand the correlation that it's the same thing and you just need to apply the same rules. If you getting women and you a Chad, but you broke, you need to apply them same rules from getting women to making money. It's the same, bro. It's the same thing. When I learned sales, when I when I learned sales, I told you guys I've always been good with women. I'm not a YouTube nerd. All right, I've always been good with women. Always, G. It's anybody who know me. I never had a problem with them since fucking pre-K kindergarten. Never had a problem with it. But money was my issue. All right. So when I learned sales, I'm looking at the shit and I'm like, and mind you, I told you guys when I was in car sales, I wasn't that good. And because I'm good with people and good with women, I can talk to people. And that's what I was good at, talking to people, holding conversations. But I couldn't close a deal. Because closing a deal, getting people to sign is a little bit different than smashing. It's a little bit different. It's a couple rules that change. And I didn't know those rules. So I was looking for sales training because I sucked. So I ended up running across Grant Cardone, the OG, for any of you guys who know Grant Cardone. I got a hold of one of his sales training courses. And how I did this was he had some promotion on his channel, G. I dialed the number, called the number. He answered the phone. I was like, oh shit, G. I put the phone down. I was like, bro, I'm talking to this dude. What the fuck is going on? I thought I was gonna be talking to one of his reps or something. Picked the phone back up. He all excited. Hey man, Key got your call, blah blah. Basically, he's selling me a course. That's how it works. So he sold me the course. I talked to him for about 45 minutes, told him all my goals. He told me how to take the course, how to go through the course. Went through the course, took the course for about 6 months. I was paying $1,000 a month for this course. 3 months into it, I sat down, G, one day and I was like, bro, this ain't no different from getting women. It's the same thing. You deal with the same tests, the same objections. I saw somebody mention supply and demand. It's the same shit. Same everything, bro. It's the same. There's a sales process that I'm going to explain in this video in regard. And it's a 6-step sales process that'll help you sell anything, G, literally. You can apply it to any industry you in. It's just like getting a woman from when you approach her to the bed. It's the same exact steps, bro. Literally, I'm not being facetious. All right, it's the same thing. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that one. All right. So anyway, like I said, when you get in certain areas in life, there will be final bosses. There will be challenges. All right. When I started selling cars, I got to a challenge. I got to an area in life where I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Okay, guys. So it's that stage. It's that stage to where you're right smack dead in the middle. So what do when your life is half empty or half full, and the final boss, this problem, this challenge, might be opportunity, depends on how you look at it. What do you do when it hits you in the face? When life punks you, as soon as you make up your mind on what you're going to do, realize it's a test. That's all it is. When you wake up in the morning and say, okay, this is my goals, you write your goals down, you got your vision board and everything, and you tell the world, you post it on social media, and you tell the world, this is your year, this is what you're going to do, you about to level up. And then the next day, you hear a squeaky noise in your car, and now your girl tripping, and you and your mom arguing, and your boss tripping, shit just going bad. That is life. That's the final boss of life. That's one of the bosses. That's not the final boss, but that's one of the bosses in life. Saying, do you really want this? Because you know when you go in and you playing the game, you can see the end goal. And then the boss comes, one of the little mini bosses. What he's asking you is, do you really want this? Are you willing to push past this small little fucking problem? Or are you going to cry over spilled milk? What you gonna do? Yeah, I know your boss tripping. Yeah, I know your girl on her period. Yeah, I know shit happens. Your car tripping, something went wrong. Now you gotta go get it fixed. You know, that's the boss's G. Last week, I know I told y'all guys I'm working on my bike. Last week, I'm adding stuff to my bike, guys. And I'm sitting there, I'm working on my bike, and um, I had got like $1,500 worth of repairs done to it. 3 days later, check engine light comes on. And any of you guys are motorcycle guys, I got a Ducati, bro. It's like owning a Ferrari. You know, within the first day, your check in, it's gonna be something gonna be wrong. All right, you're gonna pay more for service than you do for the damn bike. Just like any Italian fucking vehicle or motorcycle, or whatever. All right. So anyway, $1,500 worth of repairs. 3 days later, check engine light comes on. I'm like, all right, another problem. Let's see what needs to be done. Go get the code read. The same code comes up. The same error message comes up. Now I'm calling around. We trying to figure it out. 3 hours later, my hot water heater in my attic goes out. So my girl comes to me. I'm doing work. I'm in the garage working on my bike. My girl comes to me and she said, babe, did you notice there's no hot water? I'm like, what the fuck you mean there's no hot water? I go up to the attic. The flame on the hot water heater's out. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, all right, that's another thing. Now, I'm not tripping now. Then I get an email. One of my goddamn online pages, one of the links are broken. So I had hundreds of guys going into a page that was fucked up. Y'all know the 404 pages when the page not loading? That shit. So now I got problems with my business. I got problems with my house. Now I got problems with my bike too. Everything just fucking up. All right. And then I had to stop myself because I was about to start tripping. I was about to start going around my attitude, being all pissy, being all mad, catching attitudes with people for no damn reason, thinking the world is falling on me. First, I had to realize that I'm not special and bad shit happens to everybody. Then I had to realize that this is just a boss in this video game. I'm playing my game. I'm trying to, not literally, but I'm playing my game. I'm working on my bike, building my business, taking care of my house, and shit, something randomly happened to me while I'm on half-life. I'm pissed off about the bike, pissed off about the water heater, and something randomly happened while I'm on half-life. What do? You push fucking past it. You push past it. That's what you do. Because when that boss come in the game, yeah, he might beat you the first time, and then you got to stop, pause the game, and say, wait, okay, I got half-life. I noticed that every time I hit him in his chest, his life go down fast. When I hit him in his arms, it just go down a little bit. When I hit him in his chest, his life go down fast. So that's the weak spot. All right, next time, I'm going to hit him in his chest. I'm going to go for his chest first instead of just wasting all my bullets on his arms. And then the next time you play, you found his weakness. Now you can beat the final boss, or now you can beat the mini boss. Now you can keep going. Because all the game wanted to know if you really wanted what you wanted. And that's what life did to me with the damn bike, the water heater, and the business shit. It just wanted to say, do you really want it? Yes, you say you this coach and you this great speaker and all this shit. You got to realize problems happen to you. So if you're going to be teaching men how to get over shit, you got to learn how to get over shit too. That's what life does. It tests you. That's the little boss. They're just tests. Okay, so that was the test. How am I going to wake up every day and tell you that you need to focus on you and you need to stop being all emotionally fucked up and be detached and stay focused and stoic if I can't do the same shit? If once my water heater go out, I start bitching and moaning. I have to do the same thing. That's the only way I can teach you. So I saw that. That's how I framed it. I framed it as a test. And that's how I look at it. And I sat down and said, okay, KD, you know what's going on. You already got a plan for the bike. The water heater was unexpected, but you got fucking warranty. They gonna come and fix it in a day. You may have to go without hot water for maybe 10 hours. All right. And as far as the business shit, you already talked to the guys. They're working on fixing it. Maybe you may have lost 100 people, but you can send them an email to let them know that the link is fixed. Problem solved. And that's all life wants you to do, to test your competency. See if your ass can stop, strategize, figure it the fuck out, and keep going. Instead, like most men, the 90% of people that throw the joystick because they can't beat the boss, they stop, can't figure it out, and they just quit, and they go play another game. It is what it is. All right, fellas, it's up to you on who you want to be. I made the decision on who I wanted to be, so that's what I had to think about. When all the problems started happening, I had to think about, okay, who I want to be. Do I want to be a man who can face anything, who is stoic as fuck, and no matter what happens, he just lets that shit blow by him and he can keep going. Yes, I want to be that man. All right, this little shit, this ain't nothing. There are worse things in life than this. My bike could have blew up. Who knows? The water heater could have blew up. Who knows? The business could have completely failed. Who knows? It's not that serious. Figure it the fuck out, plan, adjust, and keep going. And that's what you do in games. All right, fellas? So when you run into these mini bosses, you cannot fold. You cannot crumble. Do you think when God gives you a test and you fail the test, not because you're not strong enough, but because your mind is weak, you think he gonna be like, oh, I'm still gonna bless you? No, he's gonna be like, you weak. And then he keep giving you another test. And it's the thing a lot of you guys don't understand. There's another thing about life. You realize you keep going through the same shit over and over. The reason why you either keep going through the same shit or what you're dealing with is not changing is because you haven't passed the test yet. You haven't passed the test to get to the next level. It's just like a game. You got to pass that test on that level. The reason why every time you get with a chick, no matter what her personality is, no matter if she's nice, no matter if she's mean, no matter if she's submissive, no matter if she's a feminist, she's black, white, Asian, tall, short, thick, skinny, BBL, don't fucking matter. You get treated the same way. The same results happen. You get ghosted the same way. It's like you can time it at this point. The reason why you start off the sentence with every time I meet a girl, the reason why it's always that is because you haven't passed the fucking test that you need. There's a test. It may be your frame. You running around going mental, blaming these women. It's your frame. If every single woman treats you the same, you are the common denominator, G. I don't know another way to say it. It's you. It's you. So that's the test. Look, I had this test with women. I'll give you my example, so you don't feel like you're being terrorized or attacked. My example. This is a test I had with women. I had this test where I always had my frame at the beginning with women, like most men do. Okay. Now I would never really lose my frame. But what I would do sometimes is I would kind of slack up on the attention I would give women. Because I'm a type of dude that if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Man or woman, I just fuck with you. All right? Like, I fuck with you. So if I'm about to do something, like let's say I'm about to go somewhere. I'm about to go to Miami. Like, let's say I'm about to go to a trip. And I'm packing my shit. If I want somebody to go with me, I'm going to call the people who I fuck with. You feel me? Like, I'm going to call, even if you're a chick, I fuck with you. So I'm going to call you. Hey, you want to go to Miami? Because I fuck with you. So that's how it was. But I realized I couldn't do that with women all the time. Just because I fuck with you, you got to be careful with women. You can't just keep them around you all the time because they take that advantage of that shit. They get bored. So you gotta be strategic. And it's good for you so you ain't got to be around them all the time. So that was my test. And I used to always wonder why I would lose respect with women sometimes. And they'll test me all the time. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And I realized I was giving her too much of me. I'm not being a bitch. I'm just like giving her too much and she's not earning it. And women, they gotta earn all this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I am, bro. How I used to be. I ain't like that no more. But how I was in my 20s, and I never was simping because I was never trying to get the chick. Like, I was never trying to impress her. I was never trying to make her like me. It was always, it's just because I fuck with you. That's what it always was. So, like, if I meet a chick and, like, within, like, 2 months, if she chill, if she cool, I'm like, all right, shit. Like, you want to go out? You want to go with me to Austin for a weekend or something? And it ain't like I'm trying to be like, oh, let me see if I can. No, it's like, I can't fuck with her. She beautiful. It would be good to spend time with a chick. But I would do that shit too much. You feel me? Y'all know it's a gauge with everything. I would do it too much. Too much of water is bad. All right, you'll drown in it. So, somebody said the audio is bad. If the audio is bad, guys, give me a 2 in the chat. I'll go ahead and find a way to fix it. Or if the audio is good, give me a 1. If the audio is good, give me a 1. If the audio is bad, give me a 2. See if a little bit of. So I don't know. It might fix. Who knows? But anyway, what I want to say. Oh, that was my mini boss. Being being very now guys, remember this is a live stream, so depending on like the servers and everything, it might glitch. I just checked my sound, everything should be good on my end. Some guys the sound is good, some of them are bad. Just give it some time. I'll repeat what I said though. Okay, so we'll let it settle. If it fixes, just it pops from time to time. Oh, okay, got it. I know what it is. 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 All right, but anyway, like I said, my test was just being too open. Okay, now that's not it's not a bad one, because there's some women who appreciate that. But even the women who appreciate you being too open will eventually probably get annoyed or want some space, or just be you're cluttering her too much. And even though that wasn't my intention, even though I never gave off those vibes, women still got that vibe from me, And then I had to understand that, okay, just because you like her, that don't mean you get to be around her all the time. There's a difference, because some of you guys don't be simping. I'm not gonna lie, some of you guys don't be simping. Um, some of you guys just want to be around these chicks too much, and that's not simping. Simping is you trying to win her attention through like financial means, and she's not reciprocating that energy and stuff like that. That would be simping. You just want to be around a chick, that's just needy behavior. That's just you just living in scarcity. It's not simping. So some of you guys, some of you young guys don't even know what simping is, and y'all take the word and jump off the deep end. So that was my test. So every man has a test. That was my test with women. So yeah, guys, moving on to my next point. Um, I'm gonna do a shorter video on some of this, because in this live stream, I'm saying that there's a lot of sound issues. So just in case any main points were missed, and I kind of know where it was, where some of the main points were missed, I'm going to reiterate those. All right. And let me try something else, guys. Let me try something else out. All right, y'all. Let me know if the sound is good. Let me know if it's good now. Give me a one in the chat if it's good now, cause I got one more important part. Actually, probably the most important part. Y'all know I saved the game for the end. If it's still all staticky, y'all let me know. Hey man, we've been spending half the time today on sound issues, man. Hope y'all got a lot out of today though, man. I hope y'all really did. What's today? Saturday. Yeah, I need to. What I need to do, I need to get a better mic. Not a better mic, but I know what I need to do. All right. Anyway, enough of that. All right, guys. I understand. Sound is staticky. All right. Could be my raspy voice. Who knows? No, I'm saying. But if it's staticky, I get it. You don't have to tell me anymore. Leave that alone. Now, last thing. Last thing. Remember, I was just telling you guys about mini bosses. Okay? Mini bosses. There's mini bosses. And these mini bosses are going to be the small problems that you have that arise from time to time. Small problems, okay? Like I mentioned the motorcycle, or the hot water heater, or the website link. Small problems. Losing a friend. You and a friend, falling off. Losing a job. Getting screwed over. Getting betrayed. Car accident. Bad things happening to your car. Engine goes out. What else? Things happen, guys. Drop your phone, your phone screen cracks. It's life. Those are the mini bosses of life. And all you doing is you just like, man, I just want, bro, I just want to get my shit together, bro. I don't want these problems, these dumbass shit. It's like every time I take 2 steps forward, I get pushed 3 steps back. Hey, bro, trust me, I get it. Okay, so that's the mini bosses. Now I told you how to take care of those. All right, told you how to take care of those. Now let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the final boss. All right, let's talk about the final boss. Now the final boss of your game is the enemy within. All right, fellas. Every game, every movie, every story, every fable, every tale has a hero. Everyone. Okay? Every single one. And in order for that man to be called a hero, he has to save something. Maybe he has to save a town, a city, Gotham, Metropolis, whatever he has to save something. He has to save humanity. He has to save, you know, the world from being, Thanos from snapping half of the fucking world. The hero, in order to be called a hero, you have to save something. All right, G? There's something has to be in trouble. Or there would be no point for a hero. If Gotham wasn't bad, Batman wouldn't be needed. All right? So there has to be a problem for there to be a hero. All right? In order for there to be a problem, there has to be a villain. The reason why Gotham is so bad, or let's start from the beginning. The reason why Batman is a hero is because Gotham is bad. The reason why Gotham is bad is because Gotham has villains. I mean, Gotham has a few of them, but we can think of the Joker, probably the biggest one out of all of them. In order for Batman to be Batman, there has to be a Joker. Now, is Joker better than Batman? Who knows? But he kicks his ass a lot. Now, if you look at any main villain in any story, in any movie, the villain is always either equal to or stronger than the hero. Always. You can't name me one. You can't name me one. Every time there's a hero, somebody always create an evil version of the fucking hero, bro. Every fucking time. And why do they do that? They always create an evil version of you, and they make them stronger than you. When Lex Luthor wanted to kill Superman, he took like Superman's genes and put it in a fucking monster and made a monster with the same abilities as Superman, but he was 8 times bigger than him with spikes on his body. That's what they do. When they wanted to kill the Hulk, fucking the Hulk ex-girlfriend, her daddy, his bitch ass made the Red Hulk. It's always like an identical version of you. But that identical version is always stronger, bigger, more vicious, and willing to do shit that you are not willing to do. Simple as that. All right, that's what you gotta understand. The difference between Batman and the Joker is the Joker is willing to do shit that Batman is not willing to do, like kill babies, blow up hospitals and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's willing to do shit. That's why it makes him so dangerous. So your villain is stronger than you, he's bigger than you, and he's willing to do shit that you are not willing to do. Now, I got this idea from one of my inspirations, okay? And what you got to understand is that villain, that guy who's bigger than you, stronger than you, more vicious than you, that is actually a representation of you. All right? That villain is you. That villain is just a version of you that is willing to do shit that you are not willing to do. All right, guys? I'm looking in a chat right now and I'm seeing some comic book fans. Okay? If you know anything about Batman, I'll tell you Batman's evil version. See, a lot of guys don't know. They may say it's a joke or some shit like that. Go do some research, all you comic book guys. Batman's evil. I think the evil version that's almost the exact reflection of Batman, but evil, is Deathstroke. I don't know if you guys know who Deathstroke is, but he's just like Batman. If if it wasn't for Batman's name and the name, they would talk about Deathstroke way more than Batman. And the reason why is because everything that Batman has, Deathstroke has it. Deathstroke is smartish. The only difference is Deathstroke is not a billionaire, but he could be if he wanted to. He don't care about money. And that's the thing. He's willing. He don't give a fuck about that dumb shit. you know. So Deathstroke is just as smart. I don't think he's smarter, but he's smart. Just as intelligent. Probably can fight better. Okay, just as tactically sound. Pretty much the same exact. They're like, that's why when Batman and Deathstroke fight, it's like back to back. Okay, and both of them are they're not like aliens or something. Now Deathstroke does have some superhuman abilities because he was shot up, but still, I think Superman. I think Batman on roids too. All right, but pretty much. Okay, so that's how you need to look at it. Now, for all the real comic book nerds, some of you guys are like, no, Deathstroke is nothing like Batman. I get it, bro. I'm just saying, you understand my point. You put them two in a fight, all right, it's like identical. They gonna go at it, one by one. So so I see some of you guys saying like Bane. Bane is a great example. I just me and my chick, I told y'all me and my chick watch movies from time to time. Just watch Batman with Bane the other night. Had ordered off Prime. Bane's just like Batman, willing to do shit Batman won't do. Okay, you gotta be that villain that you know. Give you an example. Let's say you're walking down the street, right? You see a group of girls, all of them bad, but there's one of them that you like, and that one that you like, she kind of looked over her shoulder and made eye contact with you. This shit be happening to you guys, all right? And you be trying to be the good guy, but you don't want to be the villain. I'm gonna show you how to be the villain. And this is how you're going to change your life. It's how you're going to outsmart life. Be the villain. Outsmart the game. Be the villain. Look at the chick. You looked at the chick. She looked at you. She smiled at you. It's obvious she liked you. All this trying to recognize choosing signals. You don't need anything else. She was with her friends. She stopped and smiled at you. That's enough for you to go and approach her. Now, this is the thing. Most men would not approach this girl. Why? Because they would come up with every fucking reason in the book why they shouldn't approach her. They would probably say more than likely that she's with her friends and they don't want to embarrass themselves. Okay, guys? Or they don't want to get rejected. Or her friends might cock block. Whatever the case is. That's the bitch in you talking. This villain that I'm describing would simply see that chick, notice her smiling, and then stop, and then go say hi to her and every single girl at that table. And not only will he just say hi to her and every single girl at that table, but he understands female nature. He understands that if he puts focus on one of the other girls versus the actual girl that he likes, more times than not, the girl that he knows likes him will be more drawn to him from social proof of those other girls liking him and being fond of him. That's what the other version of you would do. He wouldn't say, oh, well, maybe they might reject me. I should just focus on my purpose. No, you're scared. It ain't got nothing to do with your purpose because you about to go home and play video games. You ain't about to go home and chase your purpose. So go approach the chick. That's because that villain inside of you, that's what that villain would have did it anyway because he doesn't give a fuck. He don't care if the chicks rejected him. All right? He doesn't care. I get a lot of guys DM me on Instagram and I get this a lot. They tell me I'm a villain because of how I speak on my videos because like compared to some other guys, in my space, in my niche, I talk more shit and I actually tell the truth and I just like say shit. And guys, I take pride in being so quote unquote a villain. Not a bad person, but just I say what I know I instinctively want to say. And that's why a lot of people fuck with it. When you don't do what you know you want to do, your masculine, that's why I said the other day, bro. You don't have a problem for being like you don't have a problem with being masculine. You were born masculine. The fact you got balls between your legs makes you masculine, G. I just want you to know. The fact you got a beard makes you masculine. The fact your voice is deeper makes you masculine. The fact you have testosterone in your body makes you masculine. Listen to me. Slow down, guys. Some of you guys gonna go off the deep end. I'm not done. The fact that you have male chromosomes in your body, it makes you masculine. Okay, I want you to know that. The only problem is you do dumb shit that takes away the feeling of you being a man. That's why you don't feel like a man. You can't take away you. If I look at you and I don't know anything about you, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna say you're masculine. But what you're doing is dumb shit. That's emasculating yourself. This is why you have to watch a video on how to be more masculine. It's dumb. You're already masculine. You just gotta stop doing dumb shit. I'm gonna give you an example of dumb shit. I just gave it to you. You see the pretty girl. You stop and you tell yourself they might reject me, so I'm gonna keep going. And then while you walking away, you say, well, I ain't supposed to be talking to girls anyway because I'm on my purpose. That's dumb shit. Because I can see if you really was being on your purpose, but you're not. You're going home to jerk off. So the real you, the masculine you, the villain version of you would have just walked up to the girl and said what he wanted to say and introduced himself and not even cared if she rejected him. All right, fellas? So understand, you don't have a problem with masculinity. There's no hack to being a man. You were born a man. You just got to stop doing these things that's stopping you from being a man. I say this all of the time. Life is very simple. And it's very simple. You don't need to do more shit. You just need to stop doing dumb shit. All right? You don't need to do more shit. You just need to, you don't need to do more. How do I be more masculine? How do I be more attractive? How do I get more women? How do I get more respect? How do I get more of this and more of this and more? I need more workout plans. I need more information. I need more. You guys don't need more. You have you have everything that you need at this point. Literally. Okay? Literally. You have everything that you need at this point. You don't need to do anything more. You just need to remove some things. Remove the restrictions. Remove the boundaries. Remove these blocks that you put on yourself. Okay? Remove them. Stop being afraid of success. Stop being afraid to win. Stop being afraid to experience life. Okay? Experience it. It is beauty in walking up to a group of women and they denying your ass. It's beauty in that. You know the beauty about that? You know the good feeling about that? It's training. You know, bro, look. You think I've never been rejected? The beautiful part about being rejected is when you get rejected and then you find out why you get rejected and then you put yourself in a better situation and you work on yourself and then you get to the point where you're no longer getting rejected and now women are coming up to you. That's what makes the rejection sweet. Or should I say, the rejection makes the approval sweet. If you were born beautiful, you would be bored. This is why women are bored. This is why they're like, This is why they just swiping. They get men liking them all day and they don't care. And their egos are so big. It's no longer fulfilling because they were born with it. It's like if you had a lot of money, buying a new Ferrari, it ain't great. It ain't that sweet. It don't matter. It don't matter. Me owning a Ducati, growing up as a poor dude, me owning a Ducati, being able to buy Ducatis, bro, that's a thing for me. I got a homeboy who that's nothing for. He was born with money. All right, G. So it's case by case. So the rejection makes the approval sweet. All right. When you get a mouthpiece and when you learn game and when you figure female nature out and then you go back in the world and the shit works, bruh. Back then they didn't want me. That's how you're gonna be walking around. That won't feel as good if you never were down there, if you never got rejected. So I just want to say that's the beautiful thing about getting rejected and not being afraid of walking away. The villain part of you knows that in order for him to get better, he has to go through shit. All right, he has to go through pain. He has to be in the dark for a while. All right, fellas, that's how it works. So I think that's it for today, guys. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Had a lot of people asking me to leave the live uploaded on the channel. I will definitely do that. Make sure I leave it up for you guys. Um, if you have not grabbed the Dangerous Man Within ebook, I saw somebody else mention that earlier in the chat. They wanted to know what was the book about. Um, there's many ways you can find out and get feedback on the book. If you join the Discord, a link is all over my channel. If you join my Discord, there's a lot of guys in there that have purchased the book. You can ask them about it. If you go on the website, or actually, you can't do that. If you go on my Instagram page, you can go on my highlights and you'll see some reviews on the book. Many ways you can find out more information about this book. I will tell you that this is that book, The Dangerous Man Within. I really should have charged a lot more for that book, but that book is something that every single man needs. 100%. Okay? It's going to give you the facets of masculinity, of respect, and power that you need to navigate in the world to get what you want. It's no sugarcoating, nothing. Someone asks if it's on Kindle. No, it's not on Kindle. I don't fuck with Kindle because they take all your money. Um, Kindle Kindle is bullshit. I don't like Kindle. Okay, I don't like Kindle, and it's certain things I can't do. You know, I have to keep all my royalties for my books, because those royalties go into other things that are being made for you guys, like courses and stuff. So that's why it's not on Kindle. And another reason why it's not on Kindle is because it's just not for Kindle. It's not for Kindle. It's for us. All right, G. But anyway, when you do purchase the ebook, you can download it. You can many different ways to pay. It's the ebook. It's not a long ebook. It's very easy to read, but it's packed with a lot of information. A lot of information that would definitely help you. And it's not one of those books that when you read, you stop reading. You read it, and it's kind of like a guide that you constantly and consistently go back to for reflection, for confirmation that you're on the right path. Okay. Um, Somebody speak on that cologne. I'm a fragrance buff. Yeah. So my top tier charisma and Superman is available. So the charisma is, I mean, man, every time I speak about this fragrance, it's like so much I can say about it. Probably, people ask me my top five fragrances. Is definitely at the top, if not my number one. It's right in line with a few other ones that I have, but the top tier charisma, that is my favorite fragrance. A lot of guys watching favorite fragrance. You will get a very dark, smooth, masculine, um, tobacco, vanilla, night type of oud smell from this charisma. Okay. Um, it's very similar to YSL Lanute, very similar to Spice Bomb, very similar to Bad Boy Night, very similar to YSL Myself, very similar to, trying to think of something else. Like it to everybody, and I noticed these notes have become a lot more popular. These vanilla, tobacco, woodsy notes, and that's what it is. There's cedar wood in that. Um, yeah, some good woods in that. So anyway, and the Superman is more of a summertime outside fragrance. Um, the Superman, if I were to compare the Superman to anything, I would compare it to let's see. Tom Ford Mandarino Aqua. I would compare it to that. It has that citrus. It's very smooth. Um, I'm gonna say a little bit pomegranate, maybe little hit of that. But it's that breeze smell. You know, it's like that. You go to that y'all know those bars you go to, those outside bars on the beach. It's one of them. You know, very close to Mandarino Aqua. So anyway, which one? Where would I wear Charisma? I would wear Charisma everywhere. That's my chick's favorite cologne. She don't like me wearing anything else. Anything else. Anything. She likes oud. She like woodsy oud. Um, that is a banger. The charisma is where you're going to get the most compliments because it's a very unique smell. Very unique smell, and it's gonna stand out as soon as people like. I'm being honest with you. Everywhere I go, I was sitting in a hospital with my son. He was getting a little stuff done. I'm sitting in a little kids hospital. The goddamn janitor, she stopped cleaning, stopped her job to come over to come smell me and buy the fragrance for her husband off me while I was there. So it's nuts. And if you look at the reviews, it's nothing but reviews, nothing but great reviews. Um, Somebody asked who makes charisma. That's actually in my store. I make charisma. I'll give you my website. I'll put it in a chat. So that's the. Oh, take that back. I'm gonna take that out. So when you go to the website, you're gonna see dozens and dozens of great reviews. Okay, dozens and dozens of great reviews on that one. Um, that one, the charisma, I actually had that review by a French oil and fragrance company who are phenomenal in the market. Their bottles are sold for like $500 a bottle, and I had them review it, and he actually was trying to negotiate with me on like working with me to partner with the fragrance so they sell it and I get royalties. I'm like, gee, hell no, bro. And that was at the time where I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just selling it. Now I'm starting to learn the game, and I'm definitely like, no, it's not happening. And he would have came up because with their marketing that they have, they would have blew up with it. But anyway, that's neither here or there. You guys make sure y'all go check it out, all right? So anyway, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Live stream will be left up. Any of you guys need anything, you can go ahead and book a call or shoot me a DM or email and we can talk about it. All right, guys, let's get it.